attention to we are live, by the way.
check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check, chest, 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, hearts. Goes out and then comes back and then let me see to the, take that out, go right into the head. Main out. That shouldn't make any difference. Check, 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 check. That's not it. Check, check, check. It's going on and off. See if that power light transmitting, is that going on? There's a light, power. Here. And that's on. Test, test, 1, 2, 3. Seeing it loses power, it goes off. Unplug. Check, 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 press, test. Thought we had it. I think it's a mixer problem. Check, 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 1. Check, check, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Yeah, that's my power light, but it won't stay. It goes for a few seconds and then dies. Okay. Check, 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 check. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Check. Do you have?
Yeah, see it? Come on, and then it just fades out. I thought you. You want me to go out to the car and check?
Test one, check, 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 check. Test 1, 2, 3. Test one. It's not intermittent. Yeah. Test, check, check, check. Test, 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 check, 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 check.
Did not.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you are listening for Davenport football against Truman State, that's coming up shortly here on DUPanthers.com. Davenport and Truman State just around the bend here on DUPanthers.com. Davenport football against Truman State from Missouri coming up shortly on DUPanthers.com. Just a few minutes away from Davenport versus Truman State on DUPanthers.com. Davenport football is on the air from Stokes Stadium in Kirksville, Missouri. It's the Davenport Panthers taking on the Truman State Bulldogs in a non-conference Division II Saturday afternoon matchup. Hello, everyone. I'm Rick Berkey, along with Ryan Thompson, my partner this afternoon, who will call the game here from Kirksville. Although we are not in, we're going to be up front with you. We're not in Kirksville. We're going to do a remote broadcast here today, so we'll hope to do as best we can. But it's a little cloudy here in West Michigan, Ryan. But as we look at the video screen, it looks like a beautiful day, temperature in the high 80s in Missouri.
Yeah, it looks like beautiful weather there in Missouri, as you said, as opposed to here in Grand Rapids where it rained this morning. So should be an excellent day for football, as it looks like the Panthers are coming on their visiting sideline and warming up here just before kickoff.
Davenport won its opening game 2 weeks ago. They had a bye week after the playing in the opening game. They defeated Gannon in Erie, Pennsylvania, 21-12. Game highlighted, Ryan, by a record-breaking interception.
Yeah, a big second quarter 100-yard interception return by Markel Guilford. Gannon was driving. It was 7-6 at the time, looking like they were going to potentially take the lead. And that play right there really changed the momentum of the contest. Like you said, school record 100-yard interception return for a TD. The previous school record was 70. If you remember, Robert Clanton back at SVSU back in 2019. So it was a record that stood for about 6 years. And so that was Markel doing that. And he actually got GLIAC Defensive Player of the Week. He also had 5 tackles in the contest. So congratulations to the redshirt sophomore from River Rouge High School.
Otherwise, it was kind of a strange game. Sparky McEwen talked about it on our DU Panthers coaches show. Is the Gannon Golden Knights outgained total yards 422 to 263 to Davenport, and time of possession over twice as much with the football did the Knights have, and yet Davenport came out on top.
Yeah, they had it for 41 minutes and 13 seconds, and particularly in that second quarter, Rick, I think Gannon had the ball for 13 of those 15 minutes. They had that long drive that got in the red zone before the 100-yard interception return, and then they put together another double-digit drive and got into field goal range, but they missed a 31-yard field goal right before halftime. So bend but don't break philosophy. I talked with Sparky earlier in the week, and he was really proud of his guys holding their ground in that second quarter in particular, but it's hard. Eventually, 1 touchdown in the fourth quarter, 1 touchdown in the first for the Golden Knights, but 422 yards is obviously something you don't want to give up. But when the opposition has 76 plays to your 50, you're happy to get away with a win.
Tough schedule for Davenport to start the season. On the road, as we said, in Missouri against Truman State today, Kirksville, a little bit outside Kansas City. But 3 consecutive road games to start the year at Gannon 2 weeks ago, at Truman State this afternoon, and then next Saturday up in the UP against Northern Michigan's Wildcats.
Yeah, we're chartering some buses here, Rick. We are the Road Warriors. I think we've done that more than once, where we've traveled quite a bit in the first couple of weeks of the season, and that Northern Michigan game next week will be a conference game. Excuse me. We do play them again later in the year on November the 8th at home in a non-conference contest. So, Northern's a team right now that is 0-2, and they're looking to get in the win column this week. So another couple of tough weeks for us on the road, but let's hopefully the guys can put together a complete effort today.
Not only is that unusual, Ryan, but the home opener also a little bit of a unique slant, as we'll be playing a Thursday night game on September 25th against Lincoln from California. First ever Thursday night game for the Panthers.
Yeah, that's a team that we've played a couple of years ago, if you remember. And it just happened to be that from travel arrangements, they could play on a Thursday night. Sparky said, yeah, let's do this. We've wanted to play some night football from time to time. We haven't done that too much in our history. So it'll almost kind of be like a high school atmosphere, which I think will be really neat. Hopefully we get some fan support and some of the students to come on out and cheer us on against Lincoln.
Then after that Lincoln home game, Davenport heads to Grand Valley on October 4th. Then the schedule slants significantly in favor of the red and black, as 5 of their final 6 games will be at the friendly confines of the Farmers Insurance Athletic Complex.
Yeah, if we can get through this tough stretch at Northern, home with Lincoln, at Grand Valley, and then like you said, we'll be sleeping in our beds quite a bit the last 6 weeks. So just that one road game on October the 18th at Wayne, but then Tech for homecoming on October the 11th, and then 4 straight at home to end the year.
Well, the captains are about to meet at center field to go over the coin toss and see who's going to get the football to start this one. But as we said, the forecast today in Kirksville, Missouri, high 80s and bright sunshine, and it looks very much to be that in Missouri.
Yeah, and this is a series, 1 apiece. Played them back in 2021 and 2022. We played them September 4th of 21 here in Caledonia, where we are today. And if you remember it, Cody Schrader, do you remember that name?
I do.
4 rushing touchdowns in that contest against us. He ran for 217 yards. And then ironically enough, he then went on to star in the backfield at the University of Missouri, and he was an all-SEC running back. So you could see kind of foreshadowing of what his future was going to be. And he loved that transfer portal and being able to go to the Division I level. And then what kind of kicked off this recent success of the last 3 years was going to Truman in 22, Rick, and getting that 20-19 win. We were the underdog in that contest against the Bulldogs. But Jason Whitaker late in the fourth quarter found Cy Barnett in a 5-yard touchdown connection with 2:11 left in the game. Brandon Gilo kicked the extra point, and we came away with that win, and that kind of spearheaded this really good, successful run where we've won 24 times in the last 3+ years.
Truman State 0-2 on the season. They're in the Great Lakes Valley Conference, and they're picked for 4th in their conference this year going in. A very young team, though, for Truman State this year, Brian.
Yeah, absolutely, and it looks like Truman will elect to kick. It looks like they won the toss, and they deferred to the second half, and it looks like Davenport will get the ball first. Yeah, looking through their 2 deep, they have a ton of underclassmen. They have 7 offensive on the 2 deep, freshman 5 on defense, and the sophomore class is 9 on offense, 7 on defense, and in particular, a very young offensive line. If you take a look at the 2 deep, only redshirt freshmen, true freshmen, or sophomores, Rick. So let's see if we can take advantage of some youth. Also, if you take a look junior-wise, 2 on offense, 4 on defense. And then seniors, they have 4 offense and 6 on defense for the breakdown of the Truman State 2 deep. So, like I said, let's see how the defensive line in particular, if you're looking for a key matchup, I would hopefully believe that our veteran defensive line could get to the quarterback, Dylan Hare, as much as possible here today.
Well, we are ready to go. Davenport's got the red pants, white jerseys, and black helmets, moving it right to left as we watch the screen. The Truman State Bulldogs, white pants, purple jerseys, and purple helmets, moving it left to right. Davenport is receiving the opening kickoff. Truman State won the coin toss, deferred to the second half. Davenport will take the football. George Sims is one of the return men, we believe. Again, the return men will be the hardest challenge for us, but we hope you've got the popcorn pop. We're ready for Davenport football, and we'll call it as best we can here from Missouri as we watch it. Vinny Calvaruso approaches football, boots it away. It's going to be a high kick and go right to the goal line. Davenport will take it right at the 0. 5-10 to the right side of the 15, up the middle of the 20, the 25, and breaks across to the 27-yard line. Nice return by Mike Young on the return out across 27. Good return there.
Yeah, Elijah Jackman on the tackle for Truman State. So decent field position, taking it from your goal line, and we'll see what Dwan Mathis and the offense can do.
Dwan Mathis, the grad student quarterback out of Romulus, Michigan. Played at Georgia and Temple. Starts in an empty backfield right off the bat. 6'4", 205-pounder calling the signals on 1st and 10. He'll take it. Little flare pass out on the right. Caught at the line of scrimmage and then knocked down for a short loss. Boy, they smelled that one. It was grabbed right about the 24-yard line and brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Demetrius Garrett on that catch, and you got to get an outside wide receiver to block that play, Rick. We did not do that. Dominic Grand stepped up and did an excellent job of reading that play. So now it'll be 2nd and 13, it looks like.
That was the same play we started with last week, and it went to Meach Garrett, and he was hit behind the line on the other side. Now 3 receivers to the left, a little bit of confusion it looks, getting in their set. Now they're ready to go. 2nd down, Mathis flares it over here, caught by Collins. Collins gets across the line, gets out near the 30-yard line. Caden Collins, they like to put him out on the slot there when they can. He made the catch, brought down by Connor Baxley.
That actually was George Sims, number 9, Rick.
Okay.
He made a 6-yard gain. Yeah, Connor Baxley, like you said, on that tackle. But now it's 3rd and manageable for the Panthers, about 3rd and 7.
3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Ernest Sanders is split out to the left on 3rd down and about 7 for DU. Stands up at the line, does Dwan Mathis, hopefully getting the secondary call from the bench, and we're ready to go. Back to pass, Mathis in the pocket, steps up, looking, flares it out here. Caught out of the backfield by Harris, gets by one man, breaks the tackle, the first down to the 50, the 45, 40, down the right sideline. Trey Harris to the 35, 30, and he's run out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Trey Harris from Clinton Township, Michigan, took that little flare pass, and he did a lot on his own there, Ryan.
Yeah, 42 yards on that completion, pushed out of bounds by Baxley, but first down DU. Good to see him convert on 3rd down here early in this contest. I know that was something that they did not succeed at all that well at Gannon, but already to the 28-yard line of Truman.
1st and 10 DU. They will fake it to Harris. Mathis is going to keep on the bootleg. Slides across the 25. They'll mark him down where the slide started for a very short gain of about 3.
Good business decision there by Dwan to get down. You don't want to take an unnecessary hit, especially early in the game. So good presence of mind to get that extra yard to dive and now set up a 2nd and 7.
Montoya on the tackle for the Bulldogs. Mathis rushed for 22 yards. He had a big 26-yard run in the 4th quarter. Back to pass is Dwan. Now he's rolling out to the right, looking, wants to run. A flag comes down. He'll throw it over the middle. It is caught just over the line to gain. I thought I saw a flag. We'll check that. Ernest Sanders, the redshirt junior out of Flint Beecher, made that grab.
Yeah, it looks like an illegal formation against DU will nullify that first down.
So that would have been a first down pickup to Ernest Sanders. Would have been his first catch of the season. Actually, he caught that little one earlier. But it's going to be a loss of 5 on the penalty. Moving it back right to the 30-yard line. Second down, let's call it 12, right to left. We are just underway. Kirksville, Missouri, the site. Davenport and Truman State here in a Division II Saturday afternoon matchup.
And Trey led us in receiving last week, 4 catches for 53 yards. So obviously he's part of the game plan to dump into him out of the backfield.
Transfer from Youngstown State. Back to pass. Matthews flushed out the right. Throws it out here. Trey's got it at the 25. He's brought down right there. A nice open field tackle. Trey Harris, 5'8", 215-pound, caught it.
I like the fact that we're going quick, Rick. We did this in the week 1 against Gannon, but allowing Truman to substitute here as we have as well. You got Keontae Nixon kind of on the far side of the field. We got to get him involved. He only had 1 catch in week 1. He is an all first-team GLIAC from last year from Roosevelt. So we got to try to get him involved.
Third down and 7. Meach Garrett is to the right. Keontae, you mentioned, he's the wide out to the left, standing at the 26-yard line. Third down and 7 for DU. Back to pass. Mathis in the pocket. He'll step up. He'll throw it over the middle, and it is intercepted, I believe. The Bulldogs say they've got it. Now the official steps in and says, no, he juggled it. It hit the ground. It'll be an incomplete pass, and let's see if we try a long field goal attempt.
Caden Collins did not attempt one in week 1, and it looks like he won't attempt one here in week 2 as the offense jumps back out. Mathis now flanked. Clint Walker, Demetrius Garrett, Ernest Sanders trips to the left. We're going to go 5 wide, it looks like, here on 4th and about 7.
First big play of the game, 4th and 7 for Davenport at the Truman State 25-yard line. Mathis in the pocket. He'll step up. He's going to run. He's at the 25, the 20, breaks a tackle and gets the first down at the 15-yard line. Boy, a good surge right at the end there, got the first down.
Yeah, you have to have good instincts, know when to pull that down and run. DeJuan executing a good drive on the opening drive here for DU. Made a good, smart decision to tuck the ball and run. Give him 10 yards, and we're in the red zone.
Panthers want to cash in here and break this scoreless tie. 11 minutes in just about 11 minutes exactly left in this first quarter, opening drive of the contest. 3 receivers left. Trey Harris to the right of DeJuan Mathis on 1st and 10. A design run for Mathis to the right side. Gets across to the 10. Jumps forward to about the 8-yard line.
Good QB power there, Rick. Lead blocker was Cephas Harris, Trey Harris. He did a good job of picking up his man and got DeJuan inside the 10. It looks like they're going to spot it at about the 7. So we're going to have about a 2nd and 2, it looks like.
Davenport running no huddle, which they've done right from the get-go here, trying to keep the Bulldogs on their heels. Pistol formation now. Delayed handoff to Harris off the right side. He's got the first down inside the 5, the 3, to the 2. It'll be 1st and goal, Davenport at the 2-yard line. Trey Harris, 110 yards on the ground last week. Almost 8 yards a carry with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, 1st and goal from the 1, but he got hit about the 5, Rick. He has a low center of gravity, very strong. He dragged 2 defenders all the way 4 extra yards to the 1-yard line, and DU is in business here as they're going to go with a power formation, a tight formation from the shotgun on 1st and 1.
Give to Trey Harris off the left side to the 1. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Davenport. Trey Harris's 3rd touchdown of this young season takes it in, and DU draws first blood at the 9:52 mark of the first quarter.
What a great drive to start the game, Rick. I know last week or 2 weeks ago kind of struggled a little bit on our first 2 possessions, but boy, that veteran leadership of DeJuan Mathis charging us right down the field. 74 yards on that drive.
Caden Thomas in to attempt the PAT out of the hold of Alec Woyan. He was 3 for 3 last week. Good snap from Jason Neely. The kick is on its way, and the kick is good. 7-0 Davenport. 9:52 to go the first quarter. We'll be right back with the kickoff here on DUPanthers.com. Davenport marches it all the way down. Impressive opening game drive for the touchdown. 2-yard one. Was it officially one, Ryan? I think maybe it was a 1-yard run officially just outside the one. And they draw first blood, taking a 7-0 lead. DU's Caden Pulaski will kick it away. Get down to the 5 to the 10, off to the right side of the 15-20. This is Bushko, their big top running back. He gets across 23, and he is hammered down hard. Good hit on special teams that time. Give it to Reed Snitker, the grad student from Dubuque, Iowa. Boy, he had a good pop on that one. Otherwise, it would have been even a bigger gain. As it is, they'll start 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line, let's call it.
Yeah, 11 plays, 73 yards, covered 5 minutes and 2 seconds, and 7-0 DU takes the lead.
Quarterback Dylan Hare, he's a threat up there, 418 yards passing in the first 2 games. Not a hard percentage shot. Delayed handoff off the left side, nowhere to go that time. They went to Denham Cook, their top running back. He hit the line of scrimmage and plowed ahead for maybe 2 yards. Give him the 30, 2nd down and 8.
Austin Steve credited with the tackle, and yeah, good job on 1st down.
Latrell Scott also in there on that tackle.
You're going to get a heavy dose of Denham Cook. And Dylan Hare has a tendency to run the football as well. And interesting note, his brother Nolan was the quarterback when we last played here in 2022.
Back to pass, rolling on. The ball is deflected and incomplete. It was tipped at the line as he tried to get it across there. Good hands there, deflected it. So it'll bring up 3rd down and long for the Bulldogs. 7-0 Davenport, 9:07 to go in the first quarter.
Looked like Kennedy Nelson, 91, got his hand on that pass in the backfield to break that up.
Boy, Davenport would love it. If you can get a touchdown opening drive and then get a 3 and out, that would really be a big boost of confidence for this Panther team. Back to pass, Dylan Hare to the left. He's rolling out. He throws it towards the sideline, and it is incomplete, and Davenport breaks it up and forces a punting situation.
Ideal start, 11-play drive for a touchdown, and now a 3 and out by Truman State, and you're going to get probably really good field position, Rick, here for your second offensive possession, but good job. Kennedy Nelson, again, with his hand on the ball there on that 2nd and 7, setting up a 3rd and long. Odds are with DU in that situation more times than not.
Mason Gessert averages 43 yards a punt for the Bulldogs. I think Asher Gregory is back there. He's had a couple nice returns for Davenport. A high kick, fair catch called right at the 35-yard line and grabbed right there. Call it the 34-yard line. Asher Gregory on the fair catch, and DU with a 7-0 lead will start 1st and 10 going right to left at their own 34.
Yeah, it's a big get in the portal to get Asher from Michigan Tech. He had some juice while he was with the Huskies the last couple of years, so it's good to have that depth, especially in the special teams, as Mathis and the Panthers will scrimmage from the 34-yard line. 7-0 lead, 8:56 left to go in the opening quarter.
And as they did at the first drive, they're going to start with an empty backfield on 1st and 10. Mathis, some nice running on that drive. He will run it again. He gets across the line, now turns to the outside, gets to the 35, looks at, and then jumps out of bounds about the 36-yard line, but there may be a flag.
Mathis directing traffic. He looks like he was trying to get a block on the outside by one of his wide receivers, and they did the best they could to try to get that. Looks like they're going to actually no flag on the play. Looks like a gain of almost 2, but Rick, I'm not sure if you want to want Mathis running it as much as he has been.
Yeah.
He's on pace for like 30 carries right now, which I think if wear and tear, coming off an injury last year.
2nd down, quick flare pass out here, caught at the 34, breaking a tackle to the 35, staying on his feet now across the 35 to the 37, 38-yard line. I think that was Dom Gerguric. It was Dom Gerguric, the Akron, Ohio grad student, went to Bowling Green before transferring into Davenport. That is his first grab of the season, although he did partially block a punt 2 weeks ago in the season opener. Still going to bring up 3rd down for Davenport. Let's call it 6.5. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Back to pass Mathis in the pocket. He'll throw it over the middle, and it is caught for the 1st down right at midfield stripe. Is Brody Thompson, the Rockford High School grad from nearby Rockford, Michigan, and Hope transfer. Gets the grab. That's his first catch of the year, Ryan, and gets a first down, moves the chains.
Yeah, Dewan notices some soft coverage on the outside by number 12, Dominic Grand. Gave him some cushion, put his foot in the ground, and came back to that ball. An excellent catch there by Thompson, and another first down on third down and long.
In a second, we'll give that offensive line. They're doing a good job so far. Back to pass is Mathis. Good protection. Fires it deep down the left sideline, and it is, nearly intercepted, incomplete. Trying to come back again was Brody Thompson. Let's take a look at that offensive line, Ryan, for DU. They take
absolutely
2nd and 10.
We get Nevin Summerfield back this week, Rick. He missed week 1 at left tackle. You got Darren Vilsain at left guard. Some switching around. There was a little bit of an injury situation this week on the offensive line. So Chad Thompson at center, Adam Sarjo at right guard, and Zach Slapnicker at right tackle.
2nd and 10 for Davenport. Mathis to pass again. Now he's flushed out the right. Throw it out of the backfield. This is Caden Collins. Grabs it, and he's brought down after a very, very short gain, maybe 1. Good open field tackle. Limited him just a yard on the play, so it'll be 3rd down and 9 for Davenport, leading Truman State 7-0 at the 6:55 mark of the first quarter. Panthers moving it for the second time.
Love to see, again, Nixon down at the bottom of the screen here. I'd love to see him be able to kind of get open if he's getting a one-on-one. He's 6'3", almost 200 pounds, and he has a height advantage over the corner.
To pass again, Mathis in the pocket, wants to set up a screen pass. It's caught at the 50, the 45, 40, 35, 30, to the outside, to the 25, and run out of bounds inside the 24-yard line.
Great play call there by the offensive coordinator, setting that up. Great job by Devin Russell.
And Caden Collins took that little flare pass on the screen and dashed it all the way down inside the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 Panthers right at the 24.
23 yards on that reception for Collins. Connor Baxley rode him out of bounds, but yeah, 1st and 10, DU again driving on their second offensive possession.
Caden had 2 catches for 10 yards in the opening win at Gannon 2 weeks ago.
You got to love the flow right now of the offense, Rick. Kind of disjointed in week 1, but they're firing on all cylinders here in week 2.
First down, back to pass again, Mathis. They're throwing it out here. Quick flare press caught by Harris. He breaks 1 tackle to 20, to the 15. Trey Harris to the 10, to the 5, to the 2, to the 1. Touchdown, Davenport! Trey Harris scores again. This one on a little screen pass. He got about 5 on it, but is there a flag?
There is. Back at the 33-yard line, between the 33 and the 34, and unfortunately this might be coming back.
There is a flag, holding penalty. That's too bad. That was a great individual effort by Trey Harris.
Broke 3 tackles in that one 5-yard touchdown pass. He broke so many, and yeah, that individual effort will be for naught as that's coming back.
So the touchdown, it would have given a Davenport a 13-0 lead, is wiped off the board. The good news is it's a spot foul, and it's first down, so it'll be 1st down and 20, back to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, they got Nevin Summerfield, the left tackle, on that one, Rick.
Caden Collins now in at backfield for DU. And now they'll split Caden out to the left on 1st and 20. Delayed handoff off the left side, across the 30, and down to the 29-yard line. Good carry that time. Was that Caden Collins?
Sure was.
It was Caden Collins.
Yeah, good job. Taking that off the left tackle. Broke a tackle right around the line of scrimmage. Fought through that and got a couple. So now we're just over the 30-yard line.
Picked up 6, 2nd down and 14, and Davenport jumps a little too early on the offensive line. So 2nd down and 14 is going to become 2nd down and 19. And you're already thinking about this, Ryan, with the kicking game being quite different than we're used to. They may be in 4-down territory.
Yeah, we might be that way. And Caden Thomas has yet to attempt a field goal. He transferred from Concordia University in Ann Arbor, an NAIA school. Again, that was a stiff competition in camp to see who would be replacing the legend of Brandon Gila. We haven't had to worry about a kicker the last 3 years.
We have not.
We've had above-average place kicking.
So much that a backup, Sislo.
At Michigan State?
Yeah, playing for Michigan State.
I went to that game last week, and I heard that name. I was like, that sounds familiar.
Back to pass. Dewan Mathis in the pocket. Fires it over the middle. It is caught at the 27-yard line to the 25. Breaking a tackle to the 21 to 20. This is Keontae Nixon, the former all-conference GLIAC performer from Roosevelt University, transferred in, made the catch. Nice pickup all the way down to the 21-yard line. Still going to be 3rd down and about 6 or 7 for DU.
That's an important reception because, like you said, it sets up 3rd and manageable. But Keontae Nixon, hard to bring down. It took about 3 guys to drag him to the ground. So got to get him the ball. Huge specimen, 6'3", about 200.
3rd and 6. Trey Harris, the back behind the pistol formation. Now we get a quick timeout, I believe. Yeah, timeout by Truman State. They didn't like the way Davenport had their offense set. We're going to come back with a very big play. Davenport leads at 7-0 on the 1-yard touchdown plunge by Trey Harris at the 9:52 mark of the opening quarter. Davenport drove it 11 plays, 73 yards. Took a little over 5 minutes off the clock to take that 7-0 lead, and now they're in scoring territory right now, facing a big third down.
All Davenport here in this opening quarter, Rick, and you got to be impressed with the pace of the offense. Talked about a no huddle a little bit in camp. We haven't really ran that in the past. As quick as we're going right now, it allows the defense not to get set. It allows them really not to substitute as well. And we're doing what Gannon kind of did to us last week, and that is possess the ball, keep the defense out there. We talked about how hot it is in Kirksville today, and I'm thinking more than anything, it's a timeout because they didn't like what was on the field, but to give their guys a break a little bit.
Yeah, because they went 3 and out, as you said, and so that defense has been out there a long time already.
If you take a look, we already have 139 yards on 19 plays, and they have 3 yards on 3 plays.
Clint Walker, a tight end, is on a slot left. Trey Harris is the back on the pistol formation. Mathis to pass in the pocket. He'll throw it down the left side on incomplete. He was looking for Keontae Nixon.
Little pressure up the middle, and he had to throw that underneath route and threw it about 2 yards short of Nixon on the sideline. So again, 4th and 7. You're in field goal range, but it looks like Sparky is going to elect to go for this on 4th and 7.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left on big 4th down play for Davenport.
Look for Nixon here.
Back to pass Mathis in the pocket. He'll throw it deep to the left center corner and making the catch. 5-2-1 touchdown Davenport. Keontae Nixon, his first score as a Panther is a big one, and DU takes a 2-score advantage.
21 yards to Nixon, and that was a beautiful ball. It was a little bit underthrown, to be honest, and it went between 2 defenders. Nixon caught it at about the 5-yard line and then took it the rest of the way. 2 touchdowns on 2 possessions and a big 13-0 lead. What an amazing start here for Davenport.
Caden Thomas will try to make it 2 for 2 out of the hold of Alec Woyan in the PAT department. He boots it strong. He boots it through. 14-0 Davenport. We'll take a quick break and come back with more. Davenport leads 14-0 with 4:36 to go in this first quarter. Davenport leads at 14-0. 2 impressive drives to start this ball game, and they'll kick it away to the Truman State Bulldogs. Caden Pulaski, who averaged 61 yards a kick last time, boots it a little bit shorter on this one, coming up at the 23 to the 25 to the 30, across the 30. Nice return out to about the 32-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will start.
Good hit there on special teams. D'Angelo Bellamy gets in on the tackle. D'Angelo is a junior from Oakland, California, transfer from University of Texas, El Paso.
UTEP, yeah. It's our first UTEP player, I would say.
That I can remember, yes. Looks like you're going to have Gibson, Snitker on the defensive line, Lance Hollis, it looks like, 98.
We got a flag right away.
Oh, yeah. Let's see if I can figure out who that was. It looks like it was offsides on the kicking team. So give Truman 5 more yards to the 37-yard line, it looks like, 1st and 10.
14-0 Davenport, 4:30 to go and running in this first quarter. Dylan Hare will fake the handoff. He's going to keep it on the design run. He's going to be hit for a loss back at the 35-yard line. Coming up and grabbing him was Jamar Gibson, the redshirt senior from Toledo.
It's that read option, Rick, and he probably should have handed it off, as DU was not fooled on that one. They held their ground, and Hare had really nowhere to go.
Dylan Hare, he's rushed for 35 yards coming into this one, thrown for 418, but just 54% completion percentage. That's a little bit below what you want out of your quarterback.
Probably want at least 60 here in college football, but yeah, so I certainly would want a little bit better than that.
Loss of a couple, second and a dozen. Back to pass Hare. He's going to roll out to the left. He's going to look. He fired across his body, and it's caught for the first down and then some. 45 and all the way down to the 43-yard line. Big play of the game so far for the Truman State Bulldogs, all the way down to the Davenport 43, 1st and 10.
Yeah, playing a cover 2, and it looks like Hare found that soft spot in the zone, and he connects with Jackson Overton for 22 yards all the way down inside DU territory at the 43-yard line. The first down of this quarter for Truman State with 3:16 left. 14-0 Davenport.
That was a tough throw, Ryan. He was running to his left towards the sideline, threw it across his body and put it right on the mark. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. Delayed handoff. This is Cook off the left side. He's going to be hit for a loss. Good surge again by Davenport's D. Jamar Gibson in there again, the tackle, transfer from Tryon University to Davenport.
Once again, great penetration on a first down. DU not fooled at all. Another loss on first down. Good job there as a towel is thrown in the backfield. I think that was Jamon's towel, possibly. Anyways, he can do without. Again, long, 2nd and long.
Davenport defense showing a 4-man front on 2nd and long. 2 receivers both ways. Back to passes Hare in the pocket, throws it to Flair. Short pass caught and then run out of bounds very quickly.
Excellent coverage there on the boundary. Looks like we spread out Jamar Mills, and Jamar got out there extremely quickly. Made that tackle, no yards after the catch, and it's going to set up about a 3rd and 9. That catch went to Jack Bushko for 2 yards, and they're going to scrimmage this at the DU 42, 3rd and 9.
They might be in 4-down territory right now, trailing 14-0 to Davenport here in the first quarter. Hare to the pass, in the pocket, good protection. He'll throw it long down the right sideline. A flag on the play, it's incomplete, well overthrown. There's a flag. I think somebody moved a little, shifted at the last second.
Yeah, we jumped off sides right over the ball.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Nose tackle. I thought Hollis actually touched the offensive lineman, which would have blown the play dead, but he was just in the neutral zone, and that will go against DU. So now I'll go 3rd and 4. So 3rd very manageable now for Truman State. Lance Hollis, 5 yards.
Well, Davenport's done very well in every aspect of the game so far except the penalty area.
Yeah, that's the one thing we did really well in that week 1, Rick. I think we only had 4 penalties for the whole game. Now we have 5 already for 31 yards. Truman yet to be flagged.
That'll move it up to the 37-yard line. 3rd down and 4. Davenport, 2 impressive drives for touchdowns to start this ball game. Leads it 14-0 over Truman State in Missouri. Back to passes Hare. Stepping up. Now he's going to run. He's looking. He throws it across his body. Tipped in the air and incomplete.
He had to sidearm that one. Good pressure on the outside by Steve. Made him step up in the pocket. 2 guys were there in coverage. Good job, Guilford on coverage, and it looks like maybe Niger Finney.
Also, Deion Johnson, who had some big plays. He was on the coverage that time for DU.
Yep, Johnson instead of Finney, excuse me. Yep.
3rd and 4. Boy, I tell you what, they are in Missouri.
Well, there's a flag back at the 47.
And the Bulldogs are moving backwards. We didn't get the sign, but it's going to be.
It looks like it's holding against Greg Krupa. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty.
Move it to 3rd and 14, but the way he threw it across his body there, again, they're in Missouri, so they're familiar with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, that looked like a Mahomes throw.
It did look like it.
Yeah, Greg, the left tackle, 6'3", 285, and a sophomore, gets called for holding.
3rd and 14, final 2 minutes of the first quarter. Rolling out his hair, looking. He'll throw it, another flag. He'll throw it down, and it's caught and then dropped. Boy, a good hit right at the 41-yard line. Popped that one free.
But excellent coverage by Edrin Lawler. He got his hand on it. We only had a 3-man rush on that play, Rick. We flinched. I didn't think we went into the neutral zone, but there was a flag, so maybe it will be. A lot of laundry on the field here on this drive.
Another penalty on Davenport. Offsides here. That's the one area that I'm sure that the coaching staff is very concerned about.
Yeah,
You're outplaying them significantly, and scoreboard shows it, but you can't keep giving away yards the way they are in the penalty department.
Yeah, they're going to get Jermaine Young for that offsides, and what was going to be third and really long is back to 3rd and 9 after all is said and done.
And more importantly, I think, Ryan, that allows them probably to think about 4-down territory. Back at 3rd and 14, they probably would have punted it if they didn't kick it up. And they stagger the count again, and another flag against Davenport. They go deep down the right sideline this time, and it's incomplete. Boy, I don't know what he is doing, but Davenport's jumped offside 3 times on this drive.
You got to pin your ears back and be a little bit more disciplined. It could be a difference of cadence. He could be going on some different counts, Rick, but yeah, that's it. We're trying to pursue the quarterback, but he's getting some free yards here, and that certainly doesn't help. I think he's going to get Steve, the left end, on that one.
We look across the sideline at the Davenport bench to see some enthusiastic discussion with the coaching staff and a couple of players over there.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to say Kennedy Nelson was offsides, but now it's 3rd and short instead of 3rd and long.
They're definitely in 4-down territory now.
Absolutely.
3rd and 3 to pass his hair again in the pocket. Now he's rushed. He'll throw it over the middle. Caught for the first down at the 35, 30, all the way down to the 26-yard line. Good catch and run that time. Making the catch was Adam Hall, I believe.
And Hare had to get rid of it quickly. Again, Austin Stieff in the backfield. Again, that was kind of one of those sidearm Mahomes throws, but a good crossing route and a first down to Adam Hall. That goes for 11 yards, and they now will scrimmage from the DU 26-yard line, 1st and 10, as we approach 1:10 to go in the opening quarter, 14-0 DU.
Latrell Scott made the tackle for Davenport. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. Almost jumped off. Back to passes the pocket here. Good protection. He's going to go deep into the end zone, and it is. Is it caught? No signal yet. Incomplete.
Good one-on-one coverage on the boundary. Looks like maybe Dayon Johnson.
So they'll bring up 2nd and 10. 14-0 Davenport. Final minute of play here in the first quarter from Missouri. DU trying to go 2-0 on the season. Truman State trying to get its first win of the campaign.
Yeah, that was actually Edrin Lawler, the transfer from Ferris State. Calls Miami, Florida home, and he was left out on an island and won that battle.
4-man front for DU. Hare gives it a handoff up the middle. Nowhere to go for Cook at all. He is hit right at the line of scrimmage. Almost lost a yard. He fought to get back to the line of scrimmage. Going to make up 3rd down and 10 for the Bulldogs here.
Looks like Carlo Ibar did a good job, the Caledonia graduate.
Yeah, he
almost made that tackle from his backside. Looked like he was almost flat on his back, and he reached his big paw up there and dragged down Denham Cook for a loss on the play.
3rd and 10, Davenport. Oh, did they jump? Oh, they did
yeah.
jump again.
That's on them. Looks like Denham Cook flinched in the backfield. That's what it looked like. Yeah, they're going to have to say false start.
So make it 3rd and 15.
He knows it. He seems visibly frustrated by that. So, yeah, 3rd and long. That's ideal as we've been trading penalties, it looks like. Now the last 2 minutes of this one, not a lot of flow. This could be the final play of the first quarter. We'll see. 27 seconds and running. Truman getting that call from the sideline.
3rd and 15. Call coming in late. They're going to have to snap it. They can't use up the clock. They're just a little bit less on the play clock than the game clock. They're going to get up just ahead of time. 3rd down. Man in motion to the left. Back to pass his Hare. Good protection. Now he's flushed out. He's looking. He's being flushed to the end. Breaks one tackle. Throws it the last second. It's incomplete. That's going to be the end of the first quarter.
That's an excellent job there, Rick. Only a 4-man rush, and we still got to him. Austin Stieff has lived in the backfield. Also good job there by Jermaine Young to flush him out of the pocket towards the sideline, and Hare with a good job just dumping it off for incomplete.
End of one in Missouri. Davenport 14, Truman State nothing. Back with the second quarter here on DUPanthers.com. we will start the second quarter. Davenport leads Truman State 14-0. A big play to start the second period, 4th down and 15. And they're not going to, or they are going to attempt a field goal.
49-yard attempt.
Vinny Calvaruso tried one in there. He's 1 for 1 on the year of a 32-yarder, but this is way longer than his other one.
Maybe a 48 in between.
Yeah, let's call it about 48.5.
Yep.
So Robert Lemaster is the long snapper. 4th down, long attempt. Good snap, good kick. It's on its way, and might have been partially blocked. It is no good. Somebody might have got a hand on it. We're not sure, but it's no good, and Davenport maintains a 14-0 lead as we start the second quarter.
Interesting to kick it from that distance, Rick, because now we get the ball, I believe.
From the spot of the attempt.
From the spot of the attempt, if I'm not mistaken. Unless this is, now I guess that's the NFL rule, isn't it? They're going to spot it right at the 31 still, it looks like.
I thought it was from the spot attempt, but.
That's okay. Still a good field position across the 30.
Yeah, it is.
Trying to add to this 14-0 lead. Good stand by the defense.
1-yard touchdown run by Cephas Harris, and then a Dwan Mathis to Keontae Nixon touchdown pass gives Davenport the 14-0 lead. Quick flare pass out on the left side. Nowhere to go at all. Hit right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss. Making the grab that time was Ernest Sanders, the Flint Beecher High School product. Transfer from Saginaw Valley. Might have lost a yard. He did. Call it 2nd down 11 for Davenport. Moving it left to right with the red pants, white jerseys, and black helmets. Digging in on defense, the Truman State Bulldogs. White pants, purple helmets, purple jerseys, white numerals.
20 plays, 160 yards in that first quarter for DU. 11 plays, just 35 yards for Truman State.
Man in motion, inside handoff, running wide to the right. Breaking a tackle to the 30 to the 35-yard line. That was Ernest Sanders. I think that's his first carry of the year.
Late flag.
Late flag. See, did we get a late hit or a personal foul? Let's check it.
I would imagine it's a late hit because it came in that late.
Dwan Mathis says it is. Let's see, but the officials have not said so yet.
It's not up to Dwan, but yeah, he's very adamant that it was against the defense. And it looks like it might be.
They're all moving forward, but the official still has not given the signal yet. Dead ball, personal foul,
targeting.
Late hit.
Just late hit.
Yeah, just late hit.
Yep, just late hit.
So that'll move it up for Davenport. So is that the first penalty on the Bulldogs?
It is the first penalty on the Bulldogs.
Davenport's had a plethora of them, unfortunately, but it moves the ball all the way out to the midfield stripe. DU with a 14-0 lead. First minute of the second quarter, moving it left to right, trying to expand that lead.
The first personal foul. I forgot they did have a couple
That's
false starts, but
That's right.
The first major penalty that swings our way. So, yeah, it's the Ernest Sanders play that results in that first down, and we're at midfield.
Caden Collins in the backfield, the Canoga Park, California native. He goes in motion to the left. Fake handoff. Going to be kept by Mathis. Gets across the 50 to the 45. Dwan Mathis 40. Gets ahead of the first down and near the 37-yard line. Boy, he is running the ball very, very well in the early going, Ryan.
Well, he had nothing to the left, which is where the play was designed. Good presence of mind and field vision to kind of turn around, head to the right, plenty of open space, and he'll take it all the way to the 38 for a first down of
Evan
Truman.
Brown threw a big block for him on that one. So 1st and 10 Davenport at the 30. They're going to spot it at the 38.
And I would bet Truman wasn't expecting Mathis to carry it this much. 37 rushing yards already.
Handoff to Collins off the left side. Breaks one tackle. Gets across the line for about 3, maybe 4. They'll spot him down at about the 34-yard line. Let's call it 2nd down and 7.5.
Logan Montoya on that stop, the linebacker, 5'11", 210, out of Jefferson City, Missouri. Thomas Spaulding also in the stop for the Bulldogs.
2 receivers left, one to the right for Mathis, the pistol formation. Trey Harris, the deep back in this pistol. Secondary call coming into Dwan Mathis on 2nd down and 6 for DU. Oh, he bobbled the snap. Harris picks it up and gets across the line for about 2 or 3. How about that? The snap was dropped by Dwan Mathis, and it hit the ground, and Trey Harris just ran in, scooped it up, and turned what was going to be a negative play into a few-yard gain.
Good job there by Trey. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. I've heard that before, and he certainly they're up, not set on defense.
Yeah, right away they're going to go. Quickly pass out here. It's intercepted. Look out the other way. 35-40, 45-50, all the way down the sideline. It's going to be a pick 6 and a touchdown for Truman State.
We wanted to go quick because they were not set defensively, And Dewan just kind of made a bad read on that, threw it to the boundary, and that is a big pick six for Truman.
Davenport was marching to what could have really been put a real distance in this game, and instead the pick six the other way, the touchdown puts Truman State on the board and turns the tide of this game dramatically.
Well, you got to have a short memory if you're Dewan. You got to forget about that. Good news, we're up 14-0, now 14-6. But yeah, he wanted to go fast, and maybe we went a little bit too fast, trying to catch them off guard on a short 3rd and 1. I think it was about a 69-yard return.
The line was not set, but the cornerback was.
Correct.
Thomas attempt, he's 3 for 3 on PAT. Snap, hold, kick is certainly long enough, and it's good. 14-7, we'll keep it right here and get the official yardage on that pick six for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, extra point there was 88 Kai Crow for the Bulldogs, a freshman.
Oh, I'm sorry, I had
No worries.
Calvaruso.
It looked like 88 to me,
Well,
but
okay,
maybe that's wrong.
They have two kickers,
They
Calvaruso and Cook.
I'm trying to get that yardage. Right now it doesn't really show. I think it's right around that 69-yard
So DU will get the ball back, which they've had for most of this game.
Yeah, like I said, you got to forget about that. We were somebody that, ironically enough, in a close game 2 weeks ago, a pick six really helped us. But let's see if we can forget about that. Yeah, just a tough read. Corner broke on the ball. Dominic Grand with that interception return for a touchdown. Good news, though, DU's still ahead, 14-7, 12:06 to go here in the second quarter.
Mike Young and George Sims, I think, to receive. It is Mike Young. George Sims, I believe, is the other one deep to receive for Davenport. Calvaruso to boot it away for the Bulldogs at the 12:06 mark of this second quarter. High kick, it's going to go to the left side. Coming up in a fair catch called right at the 20-yard line by Davenport. They'll move it up to the 25-yard line. Well, Davenport's offense will go to work again. The defense for the Bulldogs has been out there, seems like, the entire game. They have just a couple first downs.
Yeah, like we said, let's see if we can regroup here. We've been moving the ball effectively through the air, on the ground as well.
We'll catch up some first quarter stats after this first snap here. The stats at least after early on. Back to pass Mathis. Flares out here. It is caught. And very, very minimal gain that time. Clint Walker, the tight end, came back across the line of scrimmage, caught it behind the line of scrimmage, fought to get back to the original line, could not. They bring him down at about the 24-yard line. Loss of a couple. Second down and 12 for Davenport. Leading Truman State 14-7.
As of now, 28 plays, 181 yards for DU, 11 plays, 35 yards for Truman State.
Collins out wide to the right, back to pass to Juan Mathis in the pocket, looking. He steps away, he breaks one tackle. Now he's going to run, now he throws it over here, and it's nearly picked off again. He was looking that time again for Clint Walker, but he was hit just as he threw an incomplete pass. Picked up a 3rd and 12 for Davenport.
Did an excellent job to avoid a sack. Looked like he was dead to rights. 6 or 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but it looked like, yeah, that late pressure, he kind of lost his footing. He couldn't put a lot into that throw. His feet weren't really set. So DU, 3rd and about 12. So a big play here as TSU has really taken a little bit of momentum here in the second quarter.
Trey Harris in the backfield. Back to pass to Juan Mathis in the pocket. He'll step up. He'll throw it over the middle. It is caught at the 30, but well short of the line to gain. We'll make up 4th down. Making the catch again was Clint Walker, but it'll be 4th down in a punting situation, I would have presumed, for Davenport on 4th and 5.
Love having us get the tight end involved, and Clint Walker, a big, strong guy, goes about 235, but like you said, way short of that first down, so it's going to kind of be up to our defense to hold tight here midway through the second quarter.
Alec Woyan to punt. He averaged 36 yards per kick and 4 punts in that first half. Woyan takes his time. High kick. Pretty good kick. It's going to hit at the 30 to the 25. Now grabbed at the 20, back the other way, the 25, the 30, down the sideline. Bumped hard right there at about the 36-yard line. Big hit there, but a nice return by the Bulldogs by Jalen Kent.
It looked like maybe Daryl Jeter with a huge hit on that sideline. Yes, he did. Daryl Jeter with a good job. Kent, 12 yards on that return, 45 yards on the punt, net of 33 yards. So Truman will take possession at their own 37, 10:38 to go. Second quarter, DU holds a 14-7 lead.
And a dramatic advantage in the statistics, offensive yardage especially. Dylan Hare will keep it on the design run. He's got a hole right side 40, 45. He's near a first down. To get out to the 46-yard line, just about a half yard short, but a nice best run of the game for the quarterback Dylan Hare, who rushed for 35 yards coming in. That's when he's brought down by Xavier Marquez out of Norwich, Connecticut.
But for the first time early in this contest, Truman State on first down gets some pretty positive yards.
Tight end Parker Erickson is on the right side on second down and short. Great throwing down on second down and less than a yard. Quick clear pass out the left. It is caught for the first down right at the midfield stripe. They'll move the chains. Diving catch that time by 23, Nathan Ryan, their leading receiver in their first two games so far. He had 4 catches for 103 yards and 2 touchdowns in the Bulldogs' first 2 games. They're looking for their first win of the season.
Markel Guilford there on the coverage, Rick. Didn't really need to tackle him. He kind of slid at the 50.
Truman State lost to at Washburn 20-17, and then they lost at Butler in Indianapolis 37-27. This is their home opener for the Bulldogs. Back to pass Ryan in the pocket, throws it across his body, and it's caught for the first down at the 35-yard line down to the 34. Nice pitch and catch that time again to Nathan Ryan.
Yeah, Dylan Hare with his probably best pass so far of the afternoon, right on target. And a 15-yard gain all the way to the DU 35. And what was a comfortable 14-0 lead all of a sudden is tightened up here against DU.
Dayon Johnson brought him down, but it's 1st and 10 Bulldogs, moving for what could be a tying score with 8:48 to go in the second quarter. 14-7 Davenport. Truman State on the move. Man in motion to the right. Back to pass Ryan. He's being pressured. It throws it over here. It is caught right at the line of scrimmage, and that's dropped right there. Making the catch was the tight end. I think it was Adam Hall on the grab.
Makai Matthews with a good job trying to disrupt that screen. He also had to throw it Hare over Mark Gorbatenko, who's 6'7". Big 99 had his arms in the air, and somehow he still found his target for no gain, though.
Gorbatenko, a grad student from Barrington, Illinois, out of the University of Chicago.
That might have been the most impressive part of that play, was throwing it over the hands, it looked like, of the 6'7" Gorbatenko.
Call it 2nd and 10. Clock moving, 8:07 to go. First half, Davenport leads Truman State 14-7. From Missouri, back to pass is Ryan. Good protection this time. You got All Day, throws it deep down the center of the field. It is caught inside the 5-yard line, then dropped. He had his hands on it. He was popped just as he came down with it. I think it was Ed Lawler that popped him, that knocked the ball out.
And that's the second time in this one where Lawler has done a good job concentrating on the ball. He had it in his hands, and he stripped him of a huge play, because that would have set up 1st and goal at about the 3.
I think that was the best ball we've seen Dylan Hare throw here this afternoon.
He had no pressure really for the first time all game.
2nd and 10. Hare will get the secondary call from the sideline. Coached by Kellen Nesbitt, second year heading the program for the Bulldogs. And we get a timeout just before the snap by Truman State. We'll keep it right here with Davenport holding a 14-7 lead at the 8-minute mark of the second quarter.
Yeah, circle that play, Rick, if we can get off the field here and get the ball back, because it certainly looked like Truman State had the ball and Lawler just came through, knocked it loose for that pass breakup.
Davenport scored touchdowns on its first 2 possessions of this game. 73-yard drive ended in a Trey Harris 1-yard run, his 3rd touchdown of the season. And the second one, Dwan Mathis to Keontae Nixon of 21 yards, made it 14-0. But a touchdown, a pick 6 interception the other way. Did we ever get the official yardage on that?
No, it just says touchdown. Again, it
was
scrimmaged.
About 60-something.
Yeah, we scrimmaged from the 31. Now you're supposed to take it from where it was caught. I would imagine it was caught around the 30, 29. Okay. Wasn't it a very short pass? So 69 to 70 yards, somewhere in that range.
That made it 14-7 Davenport. That's where we stand right now as Truman State comes out facing a 2nd and 10. Davenport was getting pressure on quarterback here, but they seem to have shorn that up a little bit. He's got a little more time this drive. 2nd down, long count. Harrison's a man in motion right to left.
See if we can get some pressure here, Rick.
Looks over the defense, back to pass. It's a blitz. Here he comes. He's going to step up. He's going to be hit and dropped all the way back at the 43-yard line. That's a sack jack by the Panthers.
DU with an all-out blitz. Great play call there on 3rd and long. Hare had nowhere to go. Bevy of Panthers breathing down his throat. Looks like they're going to potentially give that to Jermaine Young. He was definitely the first one in on that, and that's all the way back to the 43-yard line. And it looks like Mason Gesser will now be back to punt. Huge stand, and again, circle that play by Lawler knocking the ball loose at the 3-yard line.
Jermaine Young, a transfer out of Missouri Southern State. So he's been in Missouri before. Now they will punt the ball away, apparently.
No one back for DU.
Yeah, they're a little suspicious, but he gets it away. There's one, a fair catch called for and made right about the 13-yard line.
Sorry, he was standing about the 1-yard line.
Yeah, Asher Gregory came up, called the fair catch. So, yeah, Davenport dodges a bullet there.
And that's huge for the psyche, right? You had just given up that pick 6, just given the ball back on a 3-and-out, and you get that stop, and let's see if the offense can do what they've done most of the afternoon, and that is move the football. As of now, 196 yards, 55 is all for Truman. One of the big stats right now, 3 for 7 on 3rd down for us, 1 of 4 for them. We're also 2 of 2 on 4th down.
See if we can get Trey Harris some yards on the ground here. On 1st down, they will give it to Trey off the right side, breaks a tackle across the 15, breaks another tackle to the 16, keeps the legs driving out near the 20-yard line. He broke 3 tackles and turned what was looking like going to be like a 2-yard gain into about a 7-yard pickup.
Man, to see a spitting image of his brother, isn't he? You just look and see Myron carry the ball, low center of gravity, about 5'8", over 210 pounds, and he just powered his way off right tackle. Great job, 8 yards.
Landon Boston on the tackle, but called it 2nd down, 2.5 for DU. Give to Trey up the middle. He's got the 1st down, and he might be just a little short. He's right at the line to gain. Let's give it to him, I think. They say, 1st and 10 Davenport. Going to Cephas Harris. You may hear me call him Trey. He goes by both, Cephas and Trey. His given name is Cephas. He's Cephas Harris III in the Harris family. And so they call him Trey because he's the 3rd.
Looks like potentially one-on-one coverage at the top of the field here with Nixon.
Mathis instead will delay handoff to Trey left side. Breaks across the line to about the 30-yard line. Boy, good blocking on the left side of the line that time. Got him out to the 30 there. Give him about 7, call it 2nd down and 3 for Davenport. Leading Truman State 14-7. We've got 5:55 to go in the first half. Tackle made by Boston again for the Bulldogs, but DU starting to show some offensive spark again.
Yeah, Caden Collins after 3 straight carries into the backfield.
They'll give to Caden off the left side, jumps by one guy, then lunges forward for the 1st down, but there is another flag.
I would imagine this is the area of holding. Might get the center, Chad Thompson, here potentially.
That was a good jump cut that time by Caden Collins to pick up what was going to be a 1st down, but instead they're going to march it backwards. So it's going to be 2nd down and 13 for DU instead of 1st and 10. Boy, the penalty yards are really mounting.
Already 8 penalties in this one for 41 yards. The yards aren't that bad, but 8 penalties.
Had just 5 for 35 in the opening win at Gannon.
Yeah. They're drive killers, no doubt.
5 wideouts, 3 to the left on 2nd down. Long, back to pass Mathis. He'll throw it sidearm across his body, incomplete. Boy, good coverage that time by the Bulldogs. He was looking for tight end Clint Walker, the Goshen, Indiana native, but he was hit just as the ball got there. Good break up that time by Jack Weltha, a junior for the Bulldogs.
Good coverage, 6'1", 230, Bloomington, Illinois. Good one-on-one over the middle, and that's going to set up that 3rd and very long.
Mathis to pass in the pocket. He'll throw it across a short gain. It's going to be well shy of the line to gain. I think it was Clint Walker once again, but it's going to be 4th down and long. DU will have to punt it away with a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, Walker with the catch, like you had mentioned, 5 yards. Jackson Patterson and Connor Baxley, we've heard that name a ton already here today. He already is up to 6 tackles.
Alec Woyan will punt it away. Jalen Kent, I think, to receive. Left-footed Woyan waits the snap. It's a good one. Now he's going to run, and it's got room to run. There goes Woyan, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and run out of bounds. He had a big run for a first down last year as a freshman, and he just picked up a huge one for DU.
Excellent recognition there. I'm not sure if that's planned right off the snap or if he's allowed to see that open field and take off. But, yeah, Woyan, a huge play there. Nothing but green turf in front of him, and a huge gain, 25 yards. Fake punt all the way down to the 48-yard line and a huge first down. Jalen Kent actually had to make that tackle.
Yeah, he was the return man. He came up. I was the only guy keeping Woyan from going all the distance. So we come back, Davenport now with a 7-point lead, 4 minutes exactly to go in the first half.
And that's great because if you don't have that, you can just rugby-style punt that down the field, right? So if it's not there, you can just do that.
Truman State, I think they're going to call their third timeout, or we got to delay a game against Davenport. Well, to paraphrase that age-old military expression, we have met the enemy and they are us.
Maybe just a little too excited after that big run. Didn't really get our personnel out onto the field. But, yeah, Harris lined up behind. Mathis now is flanking him to the left in the pistol.
Rolling out is Mathis. He'll throw it across his body to the sideline. Caught across the line, then it got to about the 45-yard line. Nice pitch and catch that time for the Panthers.
Looks like Evan Brown on the catch on that far sideline.
Lexington, Kentucky native, 6'1", 175-pound junior. Got about 7. Let's call it second down and 8 for DU. 3.5 to go. Harris split out wide. Design run for Mathis, and he's going to be hit at the line, but he keeps falling. Gets a couple yards, maybe 1.5 to about the 45. With 3:20 to go, I think they're in 4-down territory, Ryan.
Yeah, they definitely spread the defense out. Mathis thought he had that hole up the middle. The defensive tackles then kind of collapsed. He realized he ran out of what he thought was a lot of space, but did a good job to fall forward and have some positive yardage to set up this third and about 7 at the 45 of Truman.
Panthers 14, Bulldogs 7 with the 3-minute mark. Harris in the backfield on 3rd down and 7, pistol formation. DeJuan Mathis steps back, looks. He throws a deep out pattern. It is caught at the 41-yard line, lunging forward to the 39, short of the line to gain. Nice catch that time by Keontae Nixon. It's 4th down, and as we said, it's about a short 2 or it's 1.5. Davenport, I'm sure, will go for it, and they will across the 39.
Yeah, about 1.5, but the second catch for Nixon. Again, we're going to go quick.
Trey Harris time. Here we go, 4th and 1.5. Mathis, now he'll stand up and get the secondary call.
I think after the last time we were trying to rush him, it's good to kind of get that signal from the sideline and regroup.
Big 4th down play. Give to Trey Harris, left side. He's got the first down to Moore, 35-30, and he tumbles across to the 27-yard line.
Umpire got involved in that one as well, Rick, and he might have had a half a tackle on that one. But
boy,
good job by Harris.
And good job by that offensive line.
Straight up the middle on 4th and 1.5, and that's going to spot him at the 28, but first down. That should be the 2-minute timeout.
There it is.
I'm not sure why we're not stopping the game.
There it is. Now they are going to stop it. Baxley on the tackle that time. This is a big 2 minutes, Ryan, because we're going to look at the total stats. The total yardage here has just been completely dominant, and Davenport's played so well offensively, other than the penalties, that they should have more than a 7-point lead going to the locker room.
Yeah, we've had the ball for 13:36, 9:12 for Truman, 263 yards. I can't remember what we had in week 1, but it wasn't even close to that 300-yard mark. It seemed like it was right around there. But we've had the ball for 39 plays as opposed to just 17 plays for Truman. The total yardage is 263 for Davenport and 55 for Truman. And we've rushed for 106 yards. They've only rushed for 1 yard. So complete dominance, really, offensively for DU, but still just that 7-point lead. So you got to put this in the end zone.
Yeah, how many times have you seen a game completely dominated by a team, but they only have like a 7 or 10-point lead into the locker room, and then the other team comes back in the second half?
Yeah, and that pick 6 earlier in the second quarter was obviously a big play, but Seems like Mathis in particular is shaking that off, moved on, been able to move the ball here, but you got to come away with some sort of points on this drive.
What are Dewan's passing numbers, Ryan?
Dewan so far is 15 of 21, excellent, 71%. We mentioned that pick, but he's also thrown for a touchdown, 157 passing yards. So, albeit from that one mistake, an excellent day, 140 QB rating right now, which is really high.
Caden Collins in the backfield. Late substitution is Dom Gergurik on 1st and 10 for Davenport at the 28-yard line. They'll give it to Caden Collins to the right side. Tries to turn the corner to 30 to the 25. He's bumped out of bounds. Good hard run that time by Caden Collins, who transferred from San Jose State University. Bumped out of bounds by Grand. But a nice pickup on 1st down. He got out of bounds to stop the clock, but is there a flag? No, there's not.
Like you had alluded to, more importantly, you get positive yardage and you get out of bounds to save those 3 timeouts. So DU, an excellent position here at the 25.
2nd and a long 6. They'll go to Caden Collins again off the right side, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Nice open field tackle that time. Brought him down for a minimal gain. Caden Collins rushed for 8, just 8 yards on 3 attempts in that first game, brought down by Montoya. 3rd down and 6 for Davenport. 95 seconds left in the first half. Davenport 14, Truman State 7.
And with only 1 timeout for them, you're not in a huge rush. You really don't want to give them the ball back here to end the first half.
Mathis to pass in the pocket. He'll throw a soft one over the middle. Oh no, it's incomplete. He threw it behind Harris, or Collins rather, who had room to run if you could have got it to him, but it's going to be 4th down and 6 and probably too long to attempt a field goal attempt. You've already picked up a couple of nice 4th down pickups today.
Yeah, he threw that behind Collins, like you said. If he could have led him, he had a lot of room in front of him. So a lot of pressure up the middle, just a little bit off on the accuracy.
Big 4th down play, 4th and 6. Davenport at the 24-yard line of Truman State. Harris in the backfield, but I think we're going to have to put it up for this one. Keep an eye on Harris out of that backfield. No, it's a design run. Dwan Mathis is hit for a short gain, and they're going to stop him right there, and Davenport will turn it over on downs.
Needed 6, only got about 3 there, Rick. That was a design quarterback run. Must have seen something in the defense that thought that they could get that 6 yards. We still have all 3 timeouts, so we'll see if we can get the ball back. We're going to have to force a 3 and out. Truman obviously will try to move the ball, I would imagine. I'm not sure if they're going to be content with just putting it on the ground and trying to run the clock, especially with all 3 of those timeouts. So unfortunately, got inside their territory pretty deep, but couldn't put any points up.
Let's see how aggressive that the Bulldogs are. Hare to pass in the pocket, throws it across his body, caught for a short gain out to the 25-yard line. Only got about 3. A timeout called by Truman State. If it is, I think that's their last. Or did Davenport call it? We're not getting the signal. We got a timeout.
Looks like the ref is signaling timeout. We know that much. Didn't really point. The linesman actually signaled it, and he was right by Truman's sideline. So I don't know. That's an interesting one.
It's a 3-yard pickup. If it is Truman State charged with the timeout, it'll be their final of the half. 2nd down and 7, we can tell you. Truman State only points of this game on a 69-yard interception return for a touchdown. Otherwise, it's been all Davenport offensively, but the scoreboard just says a 7-point lead for the Panthers, 14-7 with 70 seconds left in this first half. Halftime, we'll have stats for you. Maybe see if we can pick up some scores from around the GLIAC. There are some other action today. 12 o'clock start, Wayne State at Findlay. 1 o'clock starts, St. Thomas at Northern Michigan, Michigan Tech at Hillsdale, in addition to our game. 2 o'clock start, Southwest Baptist at Roosevelt. 2nd and 7, it was Davenport that called that timeout. Hare to pass in the pocket, good protection. Now he throws it across his body, and it is caught at the 30 to the 35, 40, 45, and he's run out of bounds. Little delayed action that time. Cook out of the backfield made the catch. And he picked it up all the way out across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. 1 minute exactly to go. So now the Bulldogs are going to be the aggressor, and they've still got a timeout in their pocket.
Yeah, Cook leaked out of the backfield. No one really accounted for him. Everybody was playing back like a 3 deep. So a little dump-off pass and got a lot of yards.
Here to pass, quick out pass, and it is incomplete, battered up, broken up beautifully, almost intercepted by Davenport's Xavier Marquez. Good.
Gerard Gruey was the intended receiver, and we almost returned the favor. If he could have got his hands on that, that might would have went for 6 points the other way. Good anticipation there by Marquez.
2nd down and 10 for Ferris State, 56 seconds. They start the clock, I'm not sure why. It was an incomplete pass. Pass Hare. Out of the backfield, caught at the 49 and then bumped out of bounds immediately. Davenport will give him that one. It was Marquez again on the tackle that time. Knocked him out of bounds, stops the clock with 52 seconds left. That doesn't seem right.
Bushko on that reception, but like you said, just 2 yards, and they're back in their own territory. 3rd and long, 3rd and about 8. Let's see if the defense can pin their ears back. I know we came with the blitz similar on the last possession. We show a lot of guys at the line of scrimmage.
3 wideouts, bunch to the right. Now they send a man in motion right to left on 3rd and long. Hare rolling out, looking. He steps up, he throws it towards the sideline. Caught, but short of the line to gain at about the 45-yard line. Pitch and catch for about 6, but it's going to be 4th down, and they're going to have to punt the ball away. Caught by Nathan Ryan, their leading receiver. But with 47 seconds to go, they'll punt the ball away.
Seemed like he had a little bit of room and just decided to go out of bounds there, Rick. He didn't even really stretch the ball.
He could have
turn it up.
That was turn it up, yeah.
Kind of odd. He kind of just gave himself up and went out of bounds, and he was 2 yards, 3 yards short, but good for DU.
Here's the snap. The punt is away. Fair catch called for about the 8-yard line. Davenport will get it back right there. With 40.2 seconds left in this first quarter. Asher Gregory came up, made the fair catch. DU, I think, will be pretty conservative here in the final 40 seconds of this half.
Down inside my own goalposts, I would definitely just take a knee here. You're going to have to take 2 unless they want to call a timeout, but I would just go in the locker room up by 7.
Yeah, they are going to go in victory formation. Dwan Mathis will take the knee, and with only 1 timeout, Truman State, I don't think, will try to use that timeout here, and they'll go to the locker room.
Yeah, 38-yard punt there by Gessert, no return, but
I don't know what they're waiting on. Now they're ready to take that quarterback kneel. First half dominated by Davenport offensively, but penalties and a big pick 6 keeps Truman State's hopes alive. I don't know what they're waiting on, why they don't let them take that victory formation kneel. It's not a timeout by either team.
Well, I guess they maybe weren't set for whatever reason.
Now they're ready, and now they'll take it.
There we go.
And they'll run it off, and Truman State will let the clock wind out.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they have to take another snap based on the play clock and game clock that we see. But sometimes those can be off if humans are running those instead of an automated system. But Truman certainly and Davenport content with getting off the field and getting a break.
So the clock will wind down to the final seconds, and the teams will head to the locker room in Kirksville, Missouri. Davenport 14, Truman State 7. We'll come back with a scoring summary and some first half stats for you as you listen to Davenport football here on DUPanthers.com. We're at the half. Davenport leads Truman State's Bulldogs 14-7. Quick scoring summary in that first half of action. Davenport took the opening kickoff, marched it all the way down 73 yards, just over 5 minutes off the clock, and Trey Harris plunged it in from 1 yard out, his third touchdown of the young season. Davenport led it 7-0. Panthers forced a 3-and-out on defense, got the ball back, and again marched it all the way down the field, just a little over 4 minutes in this drive. This time DeJuan Mathis connected with Keontae Nixon for 21 yards. First touchdown as a Panther for Keontae Nixon, the former GLIAC All-League performer from Roosevelt University. Panthers made it 14-0 on that. Then they got a stop and got the ball back. They were driving for what looked like was going to be, they were into territory of Truman State, looking to possibly take a 21-0 lead, completely dominating. But a big mistake by DeJuan Mathis, threw a sideline pass a little bit late and a little bit towards the center of the field. It was picked off and run back for a 69-yard interception return for a touchdown for Truman State. They made it 14-7 in the first couple minutes of the second quarter, and it stayed that way. We had plenty of action, but no more scoring for the rest of the first half. 14-7 Davenport from Kirksville, Missouri. Here's Ryan Thompson with some first half stats.
Yeah, interesting, Rick, there. I just did some numbers. 22 plays for 139 yards on that first two drives, and then we went 22 plays, 126 yards the rest of the half. So we started off extremely strong, kind of fizzled just a little, but let's take a look at those stats. Davenport 11 first downs, 5 for Truman State. DU has carried the ball 22 times for 108 yards, 4.9 per carry, and this is impressive. Only 6 rushing attempts for just 1 yard, 0.2 yards per rush for Truman. 157 receiving yards, 86 for Truman. Total plays, like I said, 144, 265 total offense. 22 plays. Davenport has run twice as many plays for 87 yards. Davenport has averaged 6 yards per play. Truman State sits at 3.9. And you would mention as it went to the halftime break, 9 penalties is really the thing that Coach Sparky McEwen wants to clean up for 54 yards. 3 penalties for 30 yards for Truman State. Time of possession completely one-sided for this matter. 20 minutes and 12 seconds for DU, 9:48 for the Bulldogs. DU 3 for 10 on third downs, but just 1 for 8 after that opening couple of drives. So they want to get better on third down, but Truman just 1 for 5. And Rick, we've went for it on fourth down 4 or 5 times. We're 4 for 5 on fourth down, which is a pretty good
number, yeah.
You love that number. So those are some of the team statistics. Individually, DeJuan Mathis is 15 of 22, 157 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He also leads the team in rushing, 7 carries for 38 yards. Trey Harris, 7 carries, 27 yards, and a touchdown. Alec Woyan, the punter, that was a big play to kind of at least keep the ball. We did not score off of that fake punt, but a 27-yard fake punt run. Caden Collins, 5 carries, 17 yards, and Ernest Sanders with 1 carry, it looks like here, for 2 yards. Keontae Nixon, we talked about getting him the ball, just 1 reception in the first game at Gannon today. 4 catches for 55 yards, and like you alluded to, his first career touchdown at DU. Cephas Harris, 1 catch for 42 yards. Caden Collins, 2 catches for 24. Brody Thompson, 1 catch for 14. Clint Walker, 3 catches for 10 yards. George Sims, 1 for 6. Dom Greguric, 1 catch for 2 yards. And Meech Garrett, 1 catch, first catch of the game. That went backwards, 3 yards. For the Bulldogs, you got Dylan Hare with 10 of 16 passing, 86 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Denham Cook, just 3 carries for 2 yards. Hare with 2 carries for just 1 yard. Nathan Ryan, 3 catches for 24 yards. That leads the Bulldogs. Denham Cook, 1 for 22. And Jackson Overton, 1 catch for 22 yards as well. Adam Hall, 3 catches for 14 yards. And it looks like finally Jack Bushko with 2 catches for 4 yards. Defensively, Jermaine Young with a sack here today. Also, it looks like leading tackling for us. This is interesting. We have 2 guys with 2 tackles, and it looks like a bevy of guys with 1. So I know we haven't been on the field that long, but that's pretty spread out amongst all the different guys that have made a tackle today. It looks like 12 or 13 guys have at least made 1 tackle for us. Leading the way for Truman is Connor Baxley. He already has 7 total, 6 solo tackles. And then it also looks like Logan Montoya, the linebacker, with 6 tackles. A tackle for loss and a total of 5 tackles belongs to Jackson Patterson from his defensive back position. Linebacker 57, Jack Weltha, he has 4 tackles. Also a tackle for loss, and that big pick 6 goes to 12, Dominic Grand, the junior from West Covina, California. Also multiple tackles. 2 of those go to Marquise Jones at corner. And also to number 5, Thomas Spalding. He has 2 tackles at his defensive end spot.
Before we check out scores from around the GLIAC, let's remind you that this is the second of 3 straight road games to start the season for Davenport. 1 week from today, they'll be up in Marquette at the Uper Dome, the Superior Dome as it's known officially, against Northern Michigan, 1 o'clock. Davenport will play Northern Michigan twice this year, once up there next Saturday and once back at home, second to the last game of the regular season at our place. But this one will be the GLIAC contest. The second one, when they come down to our spot, will be a non-conference affair. But again, 1 week from today, about 1 o'clock, we'll be on a little before 1 o'clock from Marquette. Davenport and Northern Michigan in the GLIAC opener for both squads. Speaking of the GLIAC, what other scores we have, Ryan?
Yeah, absolutely. Going on right now at Findlay, the Oilers lead Wayne State 7-3. That's late in the game, 4:19 to go in the 4th quarter. So Wayne State 0-1, trying to get a late game touchdown perhaps to overcome Findlay, who's 1-0 coming in. And it looks like at the half, Michigan Tech, probably the biggest surprise in the GLIAC so far at 2-0. They lead Hillsdale on the road 21-14 at the break. Also going on right now, you have St. Thomas. They're 1-1 coming in. They're at Northern Michigan, and they lead 6-0. That game is also at halftime. Northern Michigan trying to break that lengthy losing streak that spans back to last year. Davenport as well, as you well know, up 14-7 here at half. The only other game going on right now in the world of the football realm is Southwest Baptist 7 and Roosevelt nothing, and that's in the 1st quarter.
Here in Truman State against Davenport in Kirksville, Missouri, it is Davenport 14, Truman State 7. All right, that's it for our halftime stats and scores around the area. So we're going to let you listen to some music, come back with the second half. Don't go anywhere. You're going to catch that final second half, hopefully an exciting Davenport victory. Panthers lead by 7, 14-7 at the half. Stay with us. We're at halftime from Kirksville, Missouri. Davenport leads Truman State 14-7. 14-7 Davenport at the half, just a few minutes away from the start of the second half. Stay with us on DUPanthers.com. We are just about ready to start the third quarter. Davenport leading Truman State 14-7 in Kirksville, Missouri. Davenport trying to go 2-0 on the season. Truman State looking for its first win of the year after 2 losses to start the campaign. Davenport scored touchdowns its first 2 possessions of the game and impressive drives, culminating in a 1-yard touchdown run by Trey Harris and a 21-yard touchdown pass from Dwan Mathis to Keontae Nixon. The Bulldogs' lone tally coming on a pick 6, 69-yard interception return for a touchdown. That's where we stand, 14-7 Davenport, and the Bulldogs of Truman State will get the football to start the second half. And Davenport came out of the locker room a little bit late. I think there was a little enthusiasm being stressed by the coaches there, Ryan, over the penalties.
Yeah, and that's something in years past that, we've talked about, just especially the ones you can avoid. Those false starts, if you're being aggressive and you may hit somebody late or do something like that, but those false starts in particular, jumping off sides, those kind of penalties that you think you can avoid, those are the ones that really hurt you the most. And it definitely is something that I'm sure was addressed in the locker room at halftime. And, I think if you're Sparky McEwen, you're like, guys, we're doing excellent, right? We got them right where we want them in certain aspects of the contest. But we just can't beat ourselves. I mean, that's kind of what we've done so far, which has allowed them to get back in the game after that 14-0 lead, and now it's 14-7. And Truman will get the ball here. Let's see if our defense can stand tall here to start the second half.
Caden Pulaski will boot it away for Davenport. Bushko and Stevens back to receive for the Bulldogs. Bushko's their main guy. Averaged 26 yards a return. He's has a long of 51 already this year. And Davenport with a 7-point lead will boot it away. And the second half is underway from Missouri. Thanks for joining us on DUPanthers.com. Short kick taken over near the 20-yard line. Gets by the return man, then goes out of bounds. It'll be a penalty. Went off the hands of Stevens.
He touched it, so it should be out of bounds right at the 4, I believe. I think he got his hand on it.
He got his hand on it. Oh, yeah, they are spotted at the 4. Good spot there. That's a big difference, because otherwise that would have been up to the 30-yard line.
He would have been good just to try to get it back and do something with it. But once you touch the ball, yeah, that's where it's going to be unless you try to advance it. So even more reason for DU to kind of pin their ears back and try to get a 3-and-out here with Truman having that little minor mistake here to start the third quarter.
Denham Cook in the backfield. Davenport, as Ryan told you in the halftime stats, dominated on defensively. First down, they'll give to Cook. No, it's going to be kept by Young around the left side. Ryan's going to be broken, gets across the line for a minimal gain. Dylan Hare on the carry that time. The quarterback put it in the belly of Cook, pulled it back out, zipped around the left corner, picked up a yard maybe, second down and 9. Good tackle on the line of scrimmage there by Grant, the grad student from Lancaster, California.
Yeah, Jamar Mills also held his ground there on the edge. Wasn't fooled by that first option read. But Hare pulls it back and gains maybe half a yard. But good job on first down by the defense.
Second and 9 for the Bulldogs. Moving it left to right. They've got the white pants, purple helmets, and purple jerseys, white numerals. Second and long. Delayed handoff. This is going to be to Cook off the left side, and he's got very little to go again. He got to the line, fell forward maybe for another half yard. It'll be 3rd and 9. We got a Panther down with an injury.
Mills on the stop, but yes, like you said, an injury there. So we'll see.
First injury of the game, I believe.
Tell who it is. Came into the game injury-free after that bye week, and hopefully it's nothing serious.
You hope what you hope for in that situation is a cramp. That's the best case scenario, because that can go away and no long-term effect. We lost our score bug, by the way, Ryan. You notice?
Yes, we did. That's not ideal. Maybe somebody still coming back from the bathroom or something. Snicker and Mills credited with that stop as the ball is at the 6. And
we're trying to pick up the number of the Davenport player who's down on the field.
I think it's Hollis, 98. Lance Hollis, 6 foot 300 redshirt freshman from Sunrise, Florida.
Transfer from New Mexico Highlands. They've got him up on his feet now. He's
or not. Okay.
He stood up and started to go down.
A little wobbly, perhaps. looking to get some bigger dudes to drag another big dude off the field. I don't know if the trainer's like,
yeah, they're going to get some teammates off the side to help Hollis off. He will hobble off. Come back, a big third down play right away here in the first possession of this third quarter with Davenport leading at 14-7.
Looks like an ankle. He's putting very little pressure on it. Maybe got rolled up on the line, but slowly getting off the field.
Davenport training staff taking care, of course.
And again, not 100% sure that's Lance Hollis. I believe it is, but sometimes hard to see the numbers.
Yeah,
as
he's
they're
just
on
jumping on one leg, holding that
yeah.
other left leg up, so that's why it's taking him so long to get off the field. He's hopping about a foot at a time.
Well, test your depth on the defensive line, but good news for us is that's a strength of our team.
Call it 3rd down and 8 for the Bulldogs. First possession of the third quarter here. Cook in the backfield adjacent to Dylan Hare. Right-handed quarterback. Long count. Man in motion to the left. Now he'll stand up, get the secondary call from the sideline. Back to pass. Hare in the pocket. He's flushed out. He's running towards the sideline. Looking. He'll throw at the last second, and it's nearly intercepted and incomplete.
Excellent pressure there on the outside. It looks like Gorbatenko might have been there. Reed Snitker with a good job forcing him out of the pocket as well.
So 3 and out. Davenport defense needed that. Now you have a chance to get great field position to start this second half.
Not only a 3 and out, but because that ball was touched at the 4-yard line, they should get the ball in plus territory after this punt. If not, better if they can try to. Looks like they're going to send 10 guys after this punt.
Gessert will punt it away. Hold your line, guys. Don't jump offside. There's the snap. Gessert gets it away. Not a real deep kick. Asher Gregory watch it hit at the 45. Takes a Truman State bounce. Now Gregory grabs it and he's brought down right away. Great open field tackle. Davenport will start at the 40, but it could have been a whole lot better if you're Davenport. It could have been a whole lot worse if you're Truman State.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you want to come up the field and catch that on the run at about the 47, obviously that's your number one option. But to grab that ball is very dangerous, but it did save them probably another 10 or 15 yards of potential rollout. So Gregory heads up enough to grab that, but he paid the price as he got hit hard, and we do have a injury down right now for the Bulldogs at about the 37-yard line as it's their trainer's turn to come out and assess the situation.
Marquise Jones, the injured player for the Bulldogs.
Thomas Pulliam with that big hit on special teams for Truman State.
While they tend to the Truman State player, let's give you some first numbers again for the Panthers. DeJuan Mathis, 15 out of 23 passing, 65%, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and 157 yards. So he got his first touchdown pass of the year, but he also threw a pick 6 that kept Truman State in this game. Rushing, DeJuan Mathis, the leading rusher for the Panthers, gained 38 yards overall. Trey Harris had 27 yards and a big 25-yard run on 4th down, a punt situation.
But what a punt there by Gessert, 64 yards.
Wow.
On the back of his own end zone.
Trey Harris in the backfield on 1st and 10. Pistol formation. DeJuan Mathis to pass on 1st down. Throws a quick deep out pat. Caught about the 47. Then falling forward to the 48, shy of the 1st down. Making the catch, Keontae Nixon. Nixon, you mentioned they wanted to get him involved this week. That's his 6th catch already. Give him 7 officially. Call it 2nd down and 3 for DU.
A lot of sideline routes too, Rick. Just kind of hugging the sideline when he makes these catches.
Delayed handoff to Harris to the right side. Jump cuts one way, and then he's hit down and right near the line of scrimmage. Very minimal gain, if anything at all. Good tackle that time by Jack Weltha, a junior defensive end for the Bulldogs. Call it 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, you had mentioned a good jump cut, but there were 2 other Bulldogs waiting for him there right at the line of scrimmage. But 3rd and short. We'll see what DU elects to do here as they have 2 wides on both sides.
The trend would say we'd look for a Mathis run here. Pistol formation. DeJuan back to pass. He'll throw a deep out pattern. It is caught for the 1st down, and making the catch, Clint Walker, the tight end, makes the catch, moves the chains. The Goshen, Indiana native makes it 1st and 10 Davenport at the Truman State 46-yard line. Make the 47.
And for Clint, never really used as a weapon. That's a career high in receptions for Walker. Love to see us use the tight end. He's an athletic guy at 6'4", I believe, around 230, and he gets soft hands as well.
Davenport moving no huddle as they've been for pretty much the entire game. Harris in the backfield on 1st and 10 DU, leading at 14-7, opening minutes of this third quarter. Mathis to pass in the pocket. Good protection. Now he'll step up. He'll throw it deep down the right. Now he's going to run. Pump fake, and then he wanted to throw it away, or was he hit for a loss? We lost it on the camera.
He
Sorry.
Got rid of it, but Truman came with the late corner blitz, and it looked like it was Landon Boston, the redshirt freshman, came from the outside and flushed Mathis outside of the pocket to the right, but Dewan, good presence of mind to get outside that pocket so it's not intentional grounding and just throw it downfield and save himself for 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10. Stay in the pistol formation with 3 receivers bunched to the left, 1 to the right. Trey Harris, the deep back. They'll give it to Trey off the right side. He's got a hole. 45, 40. Trey to the 35, 30, 27-yard line, 1st and 10.
But again, Rick, excellent vision. That play was stuffed at around the right tackle, right guard, and he just jump cut, did out to the outside, got outside the hash marks, and that's where all the room was. And then he just accelerated. So again, good vision, and you have to have that if you're a running back, because more often than not, you're not going to hit the hole like you want.
Good blocking on the right side of that line. He had a 20-yard rush in the first time, got a little over 20 on that one. 1st and 10 DU, leading at 14-7 here in the third quarter.
Yeah, exactly 20 yards on that carry for Harris.
Caden Collins now in the backfield. Caden had 2 carries in that first half. They'll give it to Caden off the right side. He slips as he tries to turn it upfield. Tried to spread out the defense there and planted that foot, and as he made the turn, the right ankle went out from underneath him. No gain at all, 2nd and 10 for Davenport.
Yeah, tried to go a little more east and west than north and south on that play and just tried to put that plant leg, that right foot into the ground, and when he did, it went out from underneath him, and so no gain. But last time we were at 2nd and 10 and ended up pretty good.
Credit Alex Medina for the tackle. Collins stays in the backfield on 2nd and 10.
DU a little more deliberate on offense, Rick. We're not going as much no huddle, it looks like, here to start the third quarter as we did in the first half.
Ernest Sanders and George Sims out wide to the left. Delayed run by Mathis up the middle, 25-20. Dewan Mathis 15. He's got the first down inside the 15-yard line.
That was more of a delayed QB draw. It looked like he wanted it, and Dewan is slow to get up,
Oh,
unfortunately.
yeah, keep an eye on that.
He says, get off me. Meach Garrett tried to help him up, and he's like, I got this. I'm fine.
He is moving a little wobbly as he goes back to the huddle, but he moves the chains. 1st and 10 Davenport, leading Truman State 14-7. They've got the ball at the 14-yard line of the Bulldogs.
13 yards on that carry for Dewan.
Handoff, Harris to the right side, cuts upside to the 10, to the 9, to the 5, to the 3. 1st and goal, Davenport. Trey Harris again, another big run off the right side. Boy, they're getting their money off the right side of that line, Ryan.
Yeah, that's 10 carries now for 58 yards. 5.8 a carry. You'll take that any day of the week.
1st and goal, DU knocking on the door, trying to expand its 7-point lead here in their first drive of this third quarter.
Elijah Fry and Robert Gould on the stop.
Sounds like Trey Harris time. They will give it to Trey. Up the middle to the 2, to the 1. Touch, no, wait a minute.
Dewan
kept it, and he got down to the 1 just shy of it. He fooled a few fans and 1 announcer at least.
That means it's a good fake, right?
He's down to the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. This is where a lot of old school people like me thinking, why do you run the shotgun from the 1-yard line?
Pulled that ball really late, too, to keep it.
2nd and 1. He'll give it to Trey this time. He'll get down to the goal line, into the end zone, I think. No signal yet. They're going to say he's short. Wow. Oh, my gosh, it looked like he got in. He's right inches away.
Do we have a tush-push play? That's what I want to know. Because this is what would be used around about the 3-inch line. 3rd and goal. Again, we don't have a score bug.
I think I recall a quarterback sneak I think we saw last week. Yeah, we did have one on 4th down.
Lean forward.
3rd and goal. Dewan Mathis plunges forward, and he leans with the ball, and no signal yet. Boy, they're not giving it to him. 4th and goal from, inches.
How do you even know? He's 6'4". Yeah. All you have to do is lean a little forward. It's a tough thing. It's not Division I where you get instant replay. You can do instant replay in Division II. It's just not the same camera angle. So
big play here. 4th down and goal from just outside the goal line. Davenport needs to get a touchdown here. Mathis to Harris. Trey plunges in with the football. Touchdown, Davenport! Trey Harris, second touchdown of the game, and the Panthers take a 2-score lead.
Well, if you don't first succeed, try and try again. They went from the shotgun, which you had just alluded to is kind of a tough one to actually take the handoff at about the 4 or 5 yard line. But good job there by Harris. He eluded enough people and got in the end zone. A huge touchdown. First possession, 7:49 left in the third quarter. PAT upcoming. It's 20-7 DU.
The snapper is Jace Neely. Alec Woyan is the holder. Caden Thomas, the PAT attempt. He used 2 for 2, and now he is 3 for 3. 21-7 Davenport. Back with the kickoff in just a moment on DUPanthers.com. Davenport takes a 21-7 lead over Truman State here after the touchdown plunge by Trey Harris, his 4th of the season. Caden Pulaski will boot it away. Elijah Stevens and Jack Bush go to receive the kick. It's going to go to the far side to Stevens. He'll take it right about the 8-yard line. Stevens to the 10, 15, 20, and he is hammered down right at the 20-yard line, maybe short of it. Nice open field tackle on special teams by the Panthers, and Truman State will start there. In on the tackle, Jamar Mills, the redshirt senior from Lansing. Now with a 21-7 lead, Davenport will dig in on defense, see if they can get the ball back. They forced a 3-and-out the first possession of this second half. Bulldogs trying to get back in the game offensively on the other end. Delayed handoff to Cook off the left side, and he did get across the line for a couple. Bumped behind the line, but he broke that tackle, got to the line, and fell forward for 1.5 yards, maybe 2. Let's call it 2nd down and 8. Just over 7 minutes left in this third quarter, with Davenport leading at 21-7 in Missouri.
Looks like they gave the Trell Scott the tackle on that one.
2nd down and 8. Option left. Hare's going to keep it. He's going to be hit right at the line. He'll fall forward maybe for a half yard, but the Panthers played that option very well. First time we've seen option.
Looks like Scott again on the stop.
Trell Scott is a big part of this team.
And he started for a couple years for us now, and you can see that, the redshirt junior from Chicago, Illinois, went to Simeon Academy.
Had 10 tackles in the opening win at Gannon 2 weeks ago. 3rd down and long. Can the Panthers get the defense fired up here again?
Yeah, trips to the near side of the field.
Long count for Hare in the pocket, steps back. Now he fires it over the middle, and it is caught for the first down across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Nice pitch and catch that time.
Lawler on the coverage, made the stop, but it was a man-to-man route, and it looked like just an inside route there. It looked like it was Parker Erickson with the catch. I'm not sure if that's right. It looked like 81.
But they moved the chains on 3rd and long. Give them credit for that. 21-7 Davenport. About 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. We lost our clock. We'll do as best we can with it. First and 10. Delayed handoff to Cook off the left side, and he's going to be hit for a loss behind the backfield.
That was Bushko.
Actually, that's Bushko, yeah, Jack Bushko. He had 7 carries for 36 yards coming into this game, and Jack Bushko, who's a top return man for them, brought down by Jamon Gibson, the redshirt senior from Toledo, transfer from Trine University.
Yeah, another tackle for loss for DU. It seems like on first down. That's happened quite a bit in this game.
2nd down and 12. Back to pass, Ryan sidearms it over here, and it's caught for about 5-yard gain right about the 42-yard line, maybe the 43. It's going to be a 3rd down and about 5, or a short 5, maybe a long 4. Parker Erickson on the reception that time.
Once again, it was a good stop. Latrell Scott, no yards after the catch. He just planted him right where he caught it. So 3rd and about 5.
Truman State bunches 3 receivers to the right on 3rd down and 5. 1 to the left. Rolling out to the right is Hare. Looking. He's pressured. He throws it over here, and it's incomplete. Overthrew his intended receiver, Jackson Overton.
Flag on the play. Probably a little late hit on the quarterback, I think. Yep.
Are we starting again?
Well, it was a good job by Guilford. He wanted to reach over and knock the ball. He got his arms back up in the air to not have pass interference, but that's in the penalty area where we think it's roughing the passer.
Personal foul, roughing the passer against Davenport. So instead of turning it over, we got a first down.
Something you don't need to do. He was already throwing it away. Miles Harris gets that one, and it's a big one.
21-7 Davenport, but they continue to stub their own foot. First and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 42 of Davenport. Here in the shotgun, back to pass, good protection. Now he'll throw it out on a deep out pattern. It is incomplete. Oh my goodness, he was looking for, I think, Nathan Ryan, was it? But at the pass, he turned the wrong way. I think the pass was there.
Yeah, Bushko was open at the 40-yard line, and he might have looked up to see how much he had in front of him instead of the number one thing, which is catch the ball first. But he would have had probably a first down if he catches that ball.
He's a tough runner once he catches it, so who knows what will happen there. 2nd and 10 for Ferris State. 21-7 Davenport leads the Bulldogs in Missouri. Davenport trying to go 2-0. Both away from home with a 3rd road game coming up 1 week from today in Marquette against Northern Michigan. Design run. Hare's got room to run 40, 35. Falls forward, little short of the line to gain. But a nice run that time by Dylan Hare. He had just 35 yards rushing for the season coming into this one. Brought down by Dayon Johnson, the redshirt sophomore from Martin Luther King High School.
That's an excellent open field tackle as well to keep him short of that first down. So good job there by Johnson, who also had 10 tackles last week.
The Panthers had 3 guys with 10 tackles. That doesn't happen too often.
Yeah, Mills, Johnson, and Scott.
3rd and 2.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Right?
3rd and 2. Definite 4-down territory. They'll give it up the middle, and getting the first down is the running back Cook. Denham Cook gets down to the 30, moves the chains. 1st and 10.
Mills was in on that stop. Looks like they said Austin Stieff also in on that. See what the defense can do here. They can still overcome that roughing the passer penalty that sustained this drive.
Handoff to Cook off the left side, and he fights for a couple of hard-earned yards, and he's hammered down right about the 28-yard line. Making the tackle was Nizier Finney, the redshirt senior from Port Huron. Second down and 8, clock moving. Under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
11th play of the drive, it looks like Already here for Truman State.
Panthers have had 3 11-yard drives for touchdowns in this one. They lead it 21-7, but Truman State threatening to get right back in this one with a score here. The pass, Hare. Now he's going to run. He's got room to run. He's got a first down across the 20 to the 15, and he's hammered down there. I think that was a design draw, quarterback draw for Dylan Hare. He moves the chains, and here's a late flag.
Yeah.
Somebody said something or did something after the play.
Well, Truman's going backwards, so they must have had some
Looks like a personal foul possibly against the Bulldogs.
pleasantries after the play, which would be huge if it's a 15-yarder going backwards.
Yeah, because it would be 1st and 10 from the 15 of Davenport without the penalty.
On a drive that started on their own 19-yard line. Still a lot of discussion. It is a personal foul against Truman State. Greg Krupa looks like the left tackle.
That'll be 15 big ones. I did not see. Was it a dead ball? If it's a dead ball, that means it. Yeah, it was first down. It was 1st and 10 anyway.
10
yes,
from that
no,
spot, I believe.
Yeah, it'll be 1st and 10. But it won't be 1st and 25.
Yeah,
so.
I'm pretty sure that was a. Yeah. After the play for sure. Yeah, 1st and 10 from the 30. So it hurts you, but not as bad as it could have, I guess.
Yeah, it could have been 1st and 25. Davenport defense digging in on 1st and 10. They shift 2 backs into the backfield. First time we've seen this formation. Jet sweep. No, they're going to keep it with Ryan Harrer off the left side, and he's going to be hit down for a very minimal gain. They sent all the motion to the right. Hare put it in the belly of the man in motion and pulled it out, kept it around the left side for a couple yards. Give him the 28, 2nd down and 8 for Truman State. Davenport leads it 14, or make that 21-7 here in the 3rd quarter.
That's now 7 carries for 26 yards for Dylan Hare, and those 26 yards leads the team.
Cook in the backfield, adjacent just to the left of Hare, who goes back to pass. Right sidearm pass thrown over here, incomplete. Good coverage that time by the Panthers. He was looking for Ryan, broken up, I believe, by Xavier Marquez.
Good job there by Xavier to get to the spot before Ryan did. That ball was overthrown. That was thrown to the right of the receiver, well behind him, and that sets up a 3rd and 8.
Boy, would a sack be big here. Panthers showing some pressure. Here they come. Now they'll see if they'll back out of it. They were going to blitz a couple of guys from the defensive backfield side. Now they'll back out. Now they're going to drop it in, drop off, it looks like. Back to passes, Hare in the pocket. He'll fire sidearm over here, incomplete. Oh, look out.
What a hit by Latrell Scott over the.
And there comes the flag from the official way in the goal line.
Umpire is 2 feet from that and doesn't make a call.
Looking right at it and didn't call it.
No. I don't know what they're going to call.
Assistant coach Lavelle Walker is really letting.
I think he made a targeting motion, which I thought he hit him in the chest, not the head. But let's hope they talk about this. I just don't understand how the guy further away thinks it is. And the guy 2 feet from it doesn't say anything.
And the umpire had a good look at it. His back wasn't turned. He was looking right at it.
Well, Latrell Scott with an amazing job there. Again, in live time, I did not see anything that warranted.
Well, the longer they talk about it, I think the better it is for Davenport.
Yeah, again, targeting, if they have replay, we do. I don't know if they do, but if they do, he'd have to go look at it. But he'd miss the rest of this half.
And the first half of the next game.
Yeah. Well, let's see what the indication is here. Oh, wow.
I think they're saying there's no flag.
Well, they're going, yeah, well, good. That's why you get together. Great job by the officiating crew. In real time, it did not look like anything but a good, clean football play. And
Truman State coach Kellen Nesbitt's not happy with it,
well,
but he's not going to be on that situation. So it's 4th down, big play here. 4th down and 8 for Truman State. Davenport leads the Bulldogs 21-7 here in the 3rd quarter. See if the Panthers can get off the field and get the ball back to their offense. Panthers showing pressure on the line. Now the secondary call comes in from the sideline.
Yeah, they haven't even really started the play clock. It looked like Coach Nesbitt got a couple extra words into the line judge's ear about that last pick up the flag.
7:45 in the third quarter.
Yeah, we're definitely lower than that. That's when the drive started. We're trying to still get that score bug up, but unfortunately
Back
not
to
yet.
pass. Here's a throw down the left sideline towards the end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown. What a throw and catch, and the Bulldogs on fourth down score a touchdown.
Yeah, you leave them on one-on-one coverage, and that's just excellent execution there by the Bulldogs. Hare delivers it in stride.
Nathan Ryan grabbed it in a big play, and just like that, we've got us a one-score game, 21-14. With the PAT, it's 21-13 with the PAT coming here to make it 21-14. Vinny Calvaruso booted one earlier in the first half of PAT. This one is up, and it is deflected, but good. It got over the crossbar. Somebody got a hand on it. So it's 21-14, back with the kickoff here on DUPanthers.com. Panthers lead by 7. All right, it's a one-score game. Davenport 21, Truman State 14 here in the third quarter. Kick coming down to Davenport right in the end zone. Out to the 5, 10, to the 15, and breaking one tackle across the 18-yard line. They'll push him backward to give us forward progress. Big fourth down pickup for a touchdown.
1:43 left here in the third quarter. And that play covered 28 yards on 4th and 8. So just a backbreaker.
Perfect throw by Hare.
15 plays, 81 yards on the drive.
First down, Mathis on the design run, runs to the right. He's going to be hit for a loss. They'll push him out of bounds all the way back near the 17-yard line, and you can see that defense is motivated right now for the Bulldogs. They were down by 14 until that big fourth down touchdown pass made it a 21-14 game. Medina on the tackle that time, a loss of a couple. Second down and 12 for Davenport. Got to get it back going offensively. Couple receivers shift sides there. Back to pass Mathis in the pocket. He's going to go deep. A flag is down. He'll throw it out here incomplete. A little confusion between the receiver and Mathis. You're looking for Meach Garrett, who went in and the pass went out. But there is a flag on the play.
Delay a game.
So that play never happened statistically. Second and 12 becomes second and 17. Momentum on the side of the home team now. Final minute or so of the third quarter. Davenport 21 and Truman State 14.
Yeah, that last drive, 28 yards, Hare to Ryan. 1:43 left in the third quarter. And that went 18 plays, 81 yards, and lasted 2 minutes, or 6:02 on the clock.
Mathis throws it out here. Oh, a diving attempt was nearly intercepted. Again, the nice anticipation and broken up, and right now Davenport's really got to struggle to get momentum back. Looking for Collins out of the backfield. It's third down and long for DU. Wholesale substitution for the Panthers on the receiving corps. Trey Harris comes back in on third and long. Three receivers bunched to the left on third down at about 17. Mathis Flare pass caught over here by Collins.
Like, yep.
Got the 15, maybe to the 19-yard line. They'll bring him down there. It'll be a punting situation for Davenport.
And that should be the final play of the third quarter.
We'll check it out, see if they're going to. Yep, they'll call it. That's the end of the third quarter with the score: Davenport 21, Truman State 14. But the Bulldogs will get the football when we start the fourth period here on DUPanthers.com. Well, we played 3 quarters of football here in Kirksville, Missouri, and Davenport leads at 21-14, but the Bulldogs, trailing by 7, are going to get it back in what should be pretty decent field position, as Davenport's going to punt it from near their own goal line. Alec Woyan standing at his own goal line. Jalen Kent to receive for the Bulldogs, standing at Davenport's 40. Woyan's right about the 5-yard line. Takes his time, gets it away. High kick. And back making the catch over the shoulder with a fair catch at the 39-yard line was Jalen Kent. He had room to run, Ryan.
Yeah, Jace Neely, actually the long snapper, was the closest to him. I don't know if it's because he kind of caught it with his momentum going away from the 40-yard line, if that's why he ended up doing the fair catch. But wonderful punt there by Woyan. 43 yards, no return.
Boy, it was 21-7 Davenport, and they had the Bulldogs in a 4th and long situation. But give Dylan Hare credit. He hit Nathan Ryan on 4th and 8 with a touchdown pass in the corner of the end zone to make it a 1-score game, and now Truman State's got the football back at their own 39-yard line on 1st and 10. Cook in the backfield on first down. They will give it to Cook up the middle, and he's going to be hit right at the line of scrimmage. He'll fight forward for a yard or 2 maybe, but good hard effort by Cook. Keeps it to about a 2-yard gain on first down. Opening minute of this fourth quarter. Hare takes the pass, back to pass in the pocket. Now he's flushed out and he's going to run. He'll throw it across his body and it's incomplete.
Good coverage there by Dayon Johnson. Nope, Edwin Lawler.
Lawler, yeah.
He's broken up a couple big ones today.
He had a couple nice ones 2 weeks ago in Gannon. Bring up 3rd down and 8. Boy, Hare throws that across his body nicely, doesn't he? He puts some zip on it.
Yeah, he sure does. That one was right on the money as well. Good job on defense there by the Panthers.
See if the Panthers can put some pressure on him now.
3 of 9 so far on 3rd down today.
Hare to pass in the pocket. He'll fire it deep down the right sideline, and it is caught for the first down at the 41-yard line. Perfect pass from Hare to Nathan Ryan, his leading receiver. That moves the chains. (21-14), Davenport with a 7-point lead here in the fourth quarter.
Panthers have given up some 3rd downs here. 3 for 4 in the second half on 3rd down for Truman.
Hare's going to keep it on the design run across the 40, 35. Gets the outside 30. He's got a first down and he's hammered out of bounds.
Johnson with the stop. That's borderline late hit, but they don't say it was. So good aggressive play, but Hare's elusive. He slipped a couple tackles and made a couple moves, and Davenport's got to do something here to change the momentum.
Jack Bushko in the backfield now on 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Hare will keep it. And he's got room to run. Look out. 20, 15, 10, 5. Down to the end zone. Touchdown, Truman State. And the Bulldogs are just a PAT away from tying this one up.
Yeah, Latrell Scott looked like he was going to get to him around the 10-yard line. Might have had a hand or two on him, but couldn't bring him down. And all of a sudden, we are an extra point away from having a brand new ball game.
Vinny Calvaruso is 2 for 2 in the PAT attempt so far for the Bulldogs. Although the last one, the Panthers did get a finger on the kick, and it still got over the crossbar. They blocked a PAT attempt last week.
Looks like it's Diego Perez this time.
Oh, it is Perez. Yep,
86.
they flip those kickers in and out. And he boots it through. It's Perez, 88, so that makes it 21-21. The Panthers will get it back, and as you said, a brand new ball game.
Yeah, in the third quarter alone, Truman State outgained Davenport 83 yards to 65. And so far, 62-0 here in the fourth quarter. So they've really turned things around after the break.
So
well, we'll see what we're made of, right?
Yeah, we will.
Brand new ball game, 21 apiece. 13-20 left in the contest. Again, we're trying to do our best we can to communicate and get some sort of scoreboard up on the live stream if we can.
Collins and Sims back to receive the kick for Davenport, which could really use a big return here. Calvaruso would have booted away. Kick over to the near side. This is Mike Young with the catch. At the 10, to the 50. Oh, he stumbled. He tried to make a cut, and there was nobody near him, and he stumbled and fell down.
Seems like poor footing for whatever reason. Both teams have had some instances of falling down on the turf here today.
It's not wet. It's a bright sunshine and high 80s temperature.
Yeah.
All right, Davenport's offense going to have to do it. Starting from their own 17-yard line. Trey Harris in the backfield. Trey was 65 yards so far on the ground and a couple touchdowns. First down, they'll give it to Trey up the center of the line. He'll plow for a couple, keeps the legs driving, gets out to about the 20 for a 3-yard pickup. Average 5 yards to carry before that tote.
Looks like they're going to give him 4, so I would think maybe a steady dose here of Harris to try to get the momentum back, try to keep the ball a little bit, give your defense a rest.
I wouldn't mind that. 2nd and 6. Back to pass, though, is Mathis. He'll pump fake. Now he's going to run. 20, 25. He falls forward about the 27. He did not slide. He could have slid, but he didn't. He got up to the 26. He's going to be 3rd down and 1 for DU here.
Yeah, you leave yourself open for a big hit as you dive head first, but because you did that, you gain another yard or more because you didn't slide.
Elijah Fry on the tackle for Truman State. 3rd down and 1. Big play here, opening stages of the fourth quarter. Trey Harris up the middle. He's got the 1st down and more to the 30. Oh, he just stumbled as he cut to the outside. Picked up the 1st down to the 30, and as he was trying to break to the outside and get some space to the sideline, somebody just got an ankle tackle. It was Alex Medina who just tripped him up, but he moves the chains. 1st and 10 Davenport in a 21-21 tie here in the 4th.
Well, Truman knew what was happening. They had a run blitz right up the AB gap, but unfortunately for them, unfortunately for DU, they recognized it, and Harris then went off right tackle instead of up the middle and gained some positive yards.
Mathis to pass in the pocket. Steps. He's going to go long down here. Looking, and it is incomplete.
Wide open.
Looking for Meach Garrett, who had his man beat by 3 yards, but the pass was over his head.
It's those plays, Rick, separates wins and losses. He had him at least 3 to 5 yards step on him. He just let him too much.
Second and 10 for DU. 21-21 tie here in the 4th. Apologize, we don't get the clock. Give to Trey Harris, hesitates. 35 to the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. Good hard drive that time.
It's Collins.
I'm sorry, that's Caden Collins on the carry, his best carry of the afternoon.
Yeah, give him 8 to set up 3rd and 2.
Had 28 yards coming into this half.
I would imagine we would keep it on the ground here on 3rd and 2. See if Mathis will keep it.
Brought down by Robert Gale. 3rd down and 2 for DU. Instead, they will give it left side. 1st down Davenport across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Good carry that time by Caden Collins. Back-to-back totes by the young man from Canoga Park, California. Went to Canoga Park High School, but he moves the chains. 1st and 10 DU at the 41, and a 21-21 tie here in the 4th quarter, approaching the midway point.
Well, we're leaning on our veteran offensive line right now, Rick, to try to gain a little bit of momentum back, and so far we're getting a pretty good push on this drive.
Keep moving the chains. The best way to avoid those 4th down key plays is pick up the 1st down in the first 3. Mathis, delayed handoff Collins. This time he's hit for no gain at all.
Yeah, good pursuit from the backside. Looks like Spalding maybe on the tackle, number 5. Again, the senior from Chicago, good job behind the play, raced him down and tackled him from behind.
2nd down and 10 for Davenport. Moving it left to right. The red pants, the white jerseys, the black helmets, and the black numerals. Bright sunshiny day in Kirksville, Missouri. High 80 temperatures all afternoon. So fatigue will be a factor for both teams here as we go down the stretch in this heat. Pistol formation. Mathis to pass in the pocket. Throws a deep out panner. It is caught at the 47, maybe the 48. Keep the clock moving. It's going to be a couple yards shy of the line to gain. I think it was Ernest Sanders on the catch.
Yeah, give him 7 to the 48. But again, 3rd and short. Now you have the run or pass option here. Keeps the defense honest.
3rd and 3 for DU. Trey Harris in that backfield. He's usually your money man on a run.
And he's fresh, too.
Caden Collins gave him a breather, so they'll give it to Trey right side. He's got the 1st down. Into Bulldog territory across the 45 to the 44-yard line.
Took 2 guys to bring him down, but yep, right up the middle. Give 9 yards to Harris to the 43-yard line, and now they're in plus territory.
1st and 10 DU. And not only moving the ball, but they're moving the clock.
We're going to have to guess. I'm going to guess probably 9 minutes or so. This drive started at 13-17, but a lot of running plays, so that clock keeps churning.
1st and 10, man in motion to the right. Fake jet sweep, back to pass. Mathis flings it out here. It is incomplete. That play wasn't going to go anywhere. I think he was looking for George Sims on a little. He came in motion, then just flared out to the right.
And that was dangerous because he got the one hand up and it just batted it in the air long enough that maybe Truman could have came up underneath it. But you're right, that wasn't going to go anywhere even if he caught it.
2nd and 10 for DU. They are at the 43-yard line of Truman State. Second down, handoff left side. Trey Harris turns the corner at the 40 to the 35, down the sideline. He's got the 1st down, I believe, before he's bumped out of bounds.
There's yellow on the field, though, unfortunately. I think we held on the end.
Another penalty here. It's been a while since Davenport had one, but that's going to be a big one if it's going to deny it. Would have been about a 20-yard pickup down the sideline for Trey. Davenport's moving backwards, I think. That is the call. Holding against Davenport.
Looks like they flagged Caden Collins for that hold. If they did have a 2 running back system in, I guess they're saying that's why Harris busted out that long run, I guess. So 2nd and long, 2nd and 20 on now the Davenport 47. Tight formation.
Meach Garrett tight on the right side for Davenport. Rolling out is Mathis. He's looking. A little flare pass. Caught at the 45, up to the 50, breaking one tackle to the 47-yard line. So a nice pickup for Davenport. Little catch and run that time for Gerguric. Dom Gerguric, the Akko, Ohio native.
Good decision there by Dewan, right? Just to dump that off for what was a forward pass of about 1 yard. He could have ran it himself, but just a good job to get positive yardage, but it's still going to be 3rd and pretty long here.
3rd down, about 16. Caden Collins in the backfield. Multiple subs for Davenport. Collins comes in the backfield with Trey Harris on 3rd down and long, and now they're going to split Collins out wide to the right. Play clock moving down. Big 3rd and long for DU. Mathis to pass in the pocket, and we got a flag.
Little movement.
3rd and long is going to become 3rd and much longer. If Davenport doesn't win this game, there is one stat that you just cannot ignore.
13 for 89, and that would be the penalty category. Truman has only been flagged 4 times for 45 yards.
Collins in the backfield on 3rd down and about 20. And now he splits out to the right, empty backfield. Mathis to pass in the pocket. He'll step up, a little flare pass, caught at the 50, turning upfield to the 45, and then brought down about the 44-yard line. Nice pickup that time by Grguric, but it's going to get 4th down and about 11 at the 44-yard line. I think Davenport will go for it here, Ryan.
Yeah, 13 plays on this drive, but just 30 yards. We'll see. I mean, I think you do. However, do you want to punt him deep?
I do.
And play? Because you're going to give him a short field if you don't get this.
Yep, I do want to punt it. And here comes the punt team out at the last instant. There's confusion.
That's
you got to get a timeout. Yeah,
they're
going to have to.
Yeah, or not. Now they get the sub.
Where's the play clock? We don't get to see that.
I wish we had that luxury.
Woyan to punt. Here's the snap. Takes his time. High kick. It's going to hit about the 10. And it bounces up in the air. Davenport's got it inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, great decision to punt that ball. I think if it's 4th and 5 or less, you go for it, but 4th and 10 would be pretty hard to get.
They'll spot it at the 5. Good coverage by Davenport special teams. It'll be 1st and 10.
6:29 left in the 4th.
Now Truman State backed up, will huddle in their own end zone.
So that drive did take 6:48 off the clock, but it did not result in any points for DU.
Can the Panthers defense hold here now? Design run, Hare running wide, gets across the 10 to the 15. He's got a 1st down and more to the 20 to the 25-yard line. Boy, Hare becoming a threat running the football right now for the Bulldogs.
He has, and that's been the difference here in the second half. Give him now 87 yards on the ground on just 10 carries.
87 yards from his quarterback. We got another Panther shaken up.
And that's something we're going to, oh boy, there's a flag too late. Way late, but that's something we're going to have to address. Last week, Anthony Harris, or 2 weeks ago, ran for over 100 yards against us from that quarterback spot. Hard to tell right now who's down.
We think it's Diamond Evans.
Okay.
They're going to tend to the injured Panther. We'll take a break and come back with more. Davenport and Truman State 21-21 here in the 4th quarter from Missouri. Diamond Evans was the injured Panther. He's making his way off the field on his own power. There was a dead ball penalty, and they've moved the ball back to the 13-yard line. So
Greg Krupa, the left tackle, he's had a couple big penalties, none bigger than that. That's 15 yards way after the play. And maybe he said something to the injured.
Yeah,
he could have said something to the injured man.
They call a taunting penalty?
He could have, because that happened way after the play. I know there's an emphasis on that in the Division I game this year.
It is.
It's huge for us as that pushes them way back, and they'll have first and I think 22 if it's half the distance.
No, it's first and 10. They moved it back to first and 10.
Oh, post possession, like we had earlier, I guess. Good point.
Sparky McEwen, yeah, he wants explanation. He's wondering about the distance here on first down. If it was a penalty.
But it would make sense. If it's a post play penalty like that, it happened earlier, right?
Yes.
So it makes sense.
First and 10 Bulldogs. They've got the explanation given to Coach McEwen. 21-21 tie here in the fourth quarter. Again, we lost our clock, so it gets about 6 minutes left. Running to the left again is Hare. He'll throw it on the fly, and it's caught for the first down across the 30, 35, 40, and stumbling out near the midfield stripe, making the catch, tight end Gerard Gruey. His first catch of the game is a huge one. Boy, they ran Hare, who's run so well around the outside. They ran him to the left. He thought it was going to be a run at the last second. He stopped and flipped it over. Nobody near him.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you're dangerous with your legs. Now we're expecting him to run, and all they did is leak out a tight end, flip it, a really easy pass. It's a run-pass option. He made the right read, and they get 34 yards. Huge play.
Now the momentum on the side of the host Bulldogs, who have a chance to take the lead for the first time in the game. Hare will run to the left side. He's going to be hit for a loss back at the 44-yard line. Good pop that time by a couple of Panthers.
Good play right in the hole there by Latrell Scott, of course.
Also there was Ibar.
Good job, though. They finally read that. He has been carrying the ball as much as he has. They knew he was probably going to keep that. Latrell leading the team with 7 tackles today.
Second down and 12. Back to pass Hare. Good protection. Throws it over the middle. It's deflected at the line of scrimmage, incomplete. 3rd and 12.
I think it might have been Austin Stief, but if you can't get to the quarterback, you got to put your hands up. Usually we're rushing 4. I wouldn't mind maybe sending an extra guy on a blitz here, Rick.
Yeah, he's been pretty comfortable back there throwing.
Or at least have a spy on Dylan Hare. He's somebody that can run.
Yeah,
so you got to be accounted for him.
I think he's the number 1 threat right now, is running the football. Dylan Hare.
Nick Pulley looks like he's coming in. Jamar Mills goes to the sideline. A lot of guys within the line of scrimmage.
Davenport nearly jumped offside, but they get back. 3rd and long. Back to pass is Hare in the pocket. He'll throw it deep down the left sideline, and it's covered pretty tightly, and it is incomplete. The Bulldogs want a penalty, but I don't think they're going to get it. No flag on the play.
Ryan was the intended receiver, and I think that's just good blanket defense on the outside there. I can't exactly tell who that might be.
So bring up 4th and long. The Bulldogs have to punt it away, and again, we apologize. We don't have the time.
Yeah, I just got an update. Not probably going to happen.
Yeah.
By the way, the most recent text was we're trying, but I wouldn't count on it, unfortunately. So, but more importantly, a big stop for the defense.
Asher Gregory received the punt from Mason Gessert. High kick, not real deep. Gregory will grab it on the fly at the 10 to the 12. Breaks a tackle, 15 to the 20, 25, 30, across the 35, and he's hammered out of bounds.
Great job on special teams. And a late hit, maybe. I think I saw a flag, possibly.
Great return by Asher Gregory to get Davenport out to the 35, and was that a flag? We're not certain.
I don't know. I saw something fly in the air.
Something fly. I don't know if he threw a towel.
Maybe a hot dog wrapper. Okay. Yeah, it was a late hit because they're moving it all the way up to our
midfield.
48. Yeah. Huge.
So hopefully maybe we'll get a clock here.
I got 4:31, it looks like, to play.
21-21 tie. Davenport with the ball at their own 48-yard line, and our stream is starting to buffer. That's not good, folks. Trey Harris in the backfield. Pistol formation. Dwan Mathis with Harris behind him. How about a steady diet of Trey? They'll give it to Trey into the center of the line. Gets across the 50 into Bulldog territory at the 49. They'll knock him backwards. They'll give us forward progress for a gain of about, let's call it 3 to the 49. 2nd and 7 for Davenport.
Good news is we got the scoreboard back. Bad news is it's not correct.
No, they got the old previous score and previous clock, but maybe they'll get that.
Maybe they can catch up. We're hopeful.
Jacob Carmack on the tackle. 2nd and 7 for DU. .21 tie. Mathis to pass. Little out pattern, and it's deflected and incomplete. Somebody got a hand on it at the line of scrimmage, deflected. He was looking for his tight end, Clint Walker. That'll bring up 3rd and long for DU. Boy, you got to get at least half of this, I think, to have a chance to go for it.
I'd love to see a screen here if we have that in our repertoire. I mean, Caden Collins there, let him come in, just dump it off to him and see what happens, because if you can get even something out of it and make it 4th and short, you might go for it.
Hey, we got our clock back. 21 tie, 3:10 to go. Big play. 3rd down and 7 for Davenport, just across the midfield stripe.
Only 7 on the play clock. Oh, they reset it, looks like.
Back to pass. Mathis looking. He pump fakes. He'll throw it across his body. Deep out pattern, and it is caught for the first down. What a catch at the 25-yard line.
George Sims, I believe.
Or was it
Looks like it's
Collins?
Sims.
It was
I think
Sims.
it's 9, yeah.
Wow, what a catch by George Sims. 1st and 10, Davenport.
24 yards, yeah, down to the 25-yard line.
Under
big catch.
Under 3 minutes to go, 21-21 tie.
George had that big 4th down catch 2 weeks ago, too.
He did.
Led to our final scoring drive.
Clock moving with 2.5 to go. Steady diet of Trey Harris might be in order. Give to Trey. Jumps into the center of the line, plows, moves the clock, or moves the yards for a couple, about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, you got to think that Truman may start using some timeouts here. Both teams with 3. I don't know if we're going to get another one off before the 2-minute timeout.
They don't have to.
And I probably wouldn't.
Now remember, we'll keep it right here with 2 minutes to go in this. Davenport 21, Truman State 21. 2 minutes to go, and the 2-minute timeout called right now. Well, it's supposed to be time. They stop the clock. Now they do call it. This is not charged to either team, of course. Well, we keep in mind that Davenport's kicking game is not a strength right now. Speaking with kicking coach Brian Goins last week, he told me that he thought they could try up to a 45-yard field goal.
Okay.
With
that was my question. What is it that
Caden Thomas? Yeah.
Yeah. What would be our range? I guess
he thought 45 was the longest he'd try one. So that doesn't mean, I guess, maybe he'd like to be a little closer. Right now,
you're right about there.
You're at about 45 from here right now, but it's 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, where's the spot? The 24. It'd be about a 40-yard field goal from here.
Yeah.
But we'd like to push it a little further
Boy,
downfield.
I'd like to get a 1st down and not a touchdown, you know?
Well, I think everybody would, Rick. That's
yeah,
very good.
No, a lot of people would rather have the touchdown.
Well, both. How about both?
Let's get the 1st down first, though,
Absolutely.
and use some clock, maybe use them a couple of timeouts to do it. But here we go. 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter from Kirksville, Missouri. Davenport 21, Truman State 21. Davenport has the football at the Truman State 18-yard line, 2nd down and 8.
And we'll see with those 3 timeouts, if we're really conservative, all they have to do is stop the clock.
Harris in the backfield. They send a man in motion to the right. DeJuan Mathis gives to Harris, right side, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. He got the 1st down and not the touchdown.
He lowered his head, and the safety took one there. Good run.
What a run by Trey Harris. They'll move it, the chains.
Connor Baxley was on the receiving end of the tank that came down in between the hash marks, and that's a huge 1st down, and it looks like Truman will use their 1st timeout.
The first of 3 timeouts. The ball spotted at the 11-yard line, so Davenport could get a 1st down without getting a touchdown.
Even better news. If you can get it to the 1, that'd be tough. I'm sure they're going to use their next 2 timeouts. I'm pretty sure we're going to run the football. And if you're doing the math, we could probably kick a field goal with just under a minute left. 40-second play clock. It would be close to that mark if we decide just to run the ball. But the way we've been running it, we could possibly get in the end zone or pick up a 1st down. Harris now back-to-back 100-yard games, 19 carries, 108, and 2 touchdowns. So 2 touchdowns and 100 yards. It's a pretty good back-to-back debut for Trey.
I can't remember the last time Davenport had consecutive games of 100 yards for one guy on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, I looked up that they had not had a season opener with a guy with 2 rushing touchdowns in a game ever. So that was huge for Trey to do that. And, yeah, back-to-back. Yeah, you'd have to go back to some box scores and look at that. But certainly he's somebody earlier in the season that you can rely on to just pound the ball downfield.
And he looks hungry. He looks hungry. He's got that look when he's carrying the football. And as you said, he can apply the hit as much as receive it. He's in the backfield. 1:52 to go in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 Davenport at the 11-yard line of Truman State. Harris behind Mathis, takes the handoff to the left side. He's hit for a loss. Boy, they broke up that play beautifully.
Yeah, Clint Walker really tried to get his man down, but he got tripped up a little bit, and it allowed the defensive end to make a huge play. Drop Harris for a loss, and Truman will use their second timeout. That ball is now spotted at the Truman 15.
Loss of 4.
Loss of a couple, yeah, on that one.
99 seconds to go, 1:39 on the clock. Davenport 21, Truman State 21. Panthers have a second down and 14 from the 15-yard line. I'd still run the football here, Ryan, and make him use that final timeout.
Yeah, I was just thinking, what do you think Caden Thomas is thinking right now? It potentially could be your first field goal attempt at DU, and it could be to potentially give your team the lead late in the contest. It'll be interesting here, Rick, if we decide to maybe run the ball, maybe more to the middle of the field to set up that field goal. Or are you going to keep it at a left or right hash mark, depending on what Thomas likes? Because I doubt that we throw the ball. But you could roll out play here for Dewan and maybe pass-run option, you know.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe a run for Dewan Mathis might be the best option here.
Roll him to the right.
Well, he's sending 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Here we go.
5 wide.
Mathis is going to run up the middle, and he's hit for a no gain at all. Lost a yard.
But certainly went to the middle, so that was strictly to set up that field goal.
Clock stops. Well, it was 1:39 before. It says 1:39 on our screen now. It says no time used, apparently. That's not the official time. It was 1:39. Final timeout called by Truman State. Ball's at the 16 after a loss of 1. It'll be 3rd down. Now here's the dilemma. If you're going to throw the ball, that's your best chance to get a first down or more likely a touchdown, but it's going to stop the clock. If you run the ball,
right,
that clock can't be correct. It was 1:39 before that snap.
Maybe 1:36.
Yeah, the clock we're seeing is not official.
Yeah, not too much time could have run off. So you're going to get a playoff here after they reset the 40-second play clock. You could kick a field goal with under a minute left. They'll have no timeouts. But if you can complete it, yeah, it's tough. I think we're going to rely on Caden Thomas here. Would be my guess on 3rd down. I would think we would want to just keep that clock running, kill another 40-plus seconds, and attempt a field goal.
They're spreading 5 wideouts again. I think they're going to have another design run up the middle, keep the ball in that center of the field for Mathis. Here we go. 3rd down and 14. Mathis back to pass. No, he's going to throw it. Now he wants to run. He cuts upfield to the 16 to the 15, and they rock him down on the left hash mark. Clock is running. Davenport let it all run all the way down and call a timeout with under a minute to go.
He had a little room. It looked like he ran into one of his offensive linemen. He could have gotten a little bit more. I think he probably could have got down inside the 10, if not for that. He kind of juked himself into that position. But like you said, this clock is going to be around 50 seconds. And it's going to be from the left hash mark, Caden Thomas, his first attempt, we think. It'll be Caden Thomas to trot out, and it's going to be a 32-yard attempt. But Coach McEwen will milk that clock. DU does call their first time out of the half. 21 apiece, 50.5 seconds left.
There's your timeout with just over, as you say, just over 50 seconds to go. And Caden Thomas, the junior from New Baltimore, Michigan, transfer from Concordia, junior place kicker. His first kick for a field goal attempt of his career is massive. Chance to break this 21-21 tie, give the Panthers the lead.
But what a big drive. I mean, you took over with 4:31, 9 plays, 49 yards, and you've put yourself in a position to take the lead late in this ball game.
We talk about Caden, but let's not forget, it's got to be, everybody's got to do their job. The long snapper is Jace Neely. The holder is Alec Woyan. The offensive line's got to hold their ground so that nobody gets through and gets a hand on the kick.
What a positive day, though, for our offense. 434 yards, 212 on the ground. So takeaways from today is the fact that you were able to move the football. Gannon wasn't as successful. We didn't have the ball as much in our hands, but passing for 222, rushing for 212, so great balance.
All right, biggest play of the year to this point in time for your Davenport Panthers right now. 4th down, 51 seconds to go, 21-21 tie. The long snapper is Jace Neely. The holder is Alec Woyan. Caden Thomas' first attempt of a field goal this year from 32 yards out. The snap's good. The hold's good. The kick is on its way, and the kick is no good. He missed it. It is no good. And 21-21 tie, it stays, and the Bulldogs will get the ball back.
Tough spot, like we had said, to put Caden Thomas in from that left hash. Couldn't tell if it was wide left or right, but pretty immediate. You could tell the Bulldogs had waved their hand saying that it was no good. So now you pray for overtime, right? No timeouts, 46 seconds. Truman's got it on their own 20.
How aggressive do they go? I tell you what I would do if I'm them. I'm going to roll out Dylan Hare and let him run the football because he's their biggest threat running the football. Score tied at 21 here. On 1st down. No timeouts. Hare back to pass. Now he's flushed out to the right. Throws it across his body, and it is caught for the 1st down out to the 35-yard line. They'll stop the clock momentarily to move the chains. Making the catch was Overton. 1st and 10, clock moving now, approaching 30 seconds to go. Hare to pass in the pocket and a whistle. False start. And the clock was moving. That'll be a 10-second runoff, Ryan.
It looked like the right tackle got out of his stance
because
a
the
little
clock
early.
was moving and they have no timeouts. That should be a 10-second runoff. False start. They've not moved. They've not taken the time off yet. Why are they not doing that? Of course, we don't see the official time. I don't. Now they with 28. 1st and 10. Make it 1st and 15 now. Yeah, now the official I think is going to get that. There we go. Now they did take the 10 seconds off, down to 24 seconds to go. Davenport's got to keep. If they catch the pass, they got to keep him in bounds. Pass, Hare, now he's going to roll out to the left. They're spying him. He throws it across the middle, and it is battled down, and great catch, but short of the line to gain. Final 10 seconds, they won't get a playoff, I don't think.
Yeah, Nathan Ryan, good concentration as
they're going to try to spike it, and they do spike it.
Gerard Vines gave him a lick. Well, very similar to the last time we were in Kirksville, a 20-19 win, another close one here against the Bulldogs.
It's going to be 3.6 seconds left. Friendly clock operator, I think, there gives them one more shot for a Hail Mary or a little razzle-dazzle, hook and ladder. But remember, Davenport's on defense. They can maybe score if they can pick it off. Final play of regulation, barring a penalty. Timeout, Davenport. That's a good timeout spent.
Yep, can't take him with you into overtime. So good job by Coach McEwen to burn one there and just say, look, keep it in front of you. Nothing crazy. Well, if we do go to overtime, it'll be our first overtime since October the 8th of 22 when we won 27-24 against Northern Michigan. And you remember that game in the Superior Dome?
Yes.
So
Brandon Gilo kicked a field goal with no time on the clock to get it into overtime.
And then booted one to win it. So a little over 3 years ago it's been since we've been to OT.
What you can't have happen, well, 15 yards from here would be still a monstrous field goal left.
Probably so, not realistic.
But it would give him another shot to the end zone, so you can't have a pass interference penalty.
Yep, don't jump off sides. None of that. Just play prevent, stand about 3 or 4 guys at about the 20, 25-yard line, and just don't do anything silly. Bat it down, don't bat it in the air.
and don't have a late hit. Here we go. Now they'll draw play up the middle to the 50, and that's going to be it. We're going to overtime, folks.
Marquez on the tackle. D'Angelo Bellamy also on the stop. And, yeah, we're going to extra football.
End of regulation. The score, Davenport 21, Truman State 21. We'll take a quick break, come back with the OT. Don't you go anywhere from DUPanthers.com. We are going to overtime in Kirksville, Missouri. Davenport and Truman State. Captains will meet at midfield to have the coin toss to decide who gets to make the decision on the board, who starts with the football. You want to win the coin toss and then go second. That's your ideal scenario for each team.
Yeah, Truman with 14 unanswered points here in the second half to put us in this position. Davenport had a 21-7 lead. And then Dylan Hare, 28-yard touchdown pass to Nathan Ryan in the third, and then a 30-yard touchdown run with 13:20 to go in regulation.
They're just about to have the coin flip at center field. There is the toss. And I think Davenport won the toss.
We were clapping.
Yeah, that's.
So I hope that's a sign of. Yeah, we're going to defend that end. So, yeah.
We don't have a PA from the official, but let's see. Been a good hitting ball game. With good sportsmanship being shown by the captains. And I think Davenport's going on D to start it out. So you want to get a stop.
Yeah, each team gets the ball from the 25-yard line in overtime.
No more play clock. I mean, there is a play clock. There's no more game clock involved, so we don't have to worry about them, what they're showing us or not showing us. So you can get first downs. There is a play clock. First overtime session, you can, if you get a touchdown, you can kick for one or go for two. That changes after the one, but we'll talk about that if that happens. 21-21 tie here in overtime. First overtime game for Davenport, as Ryan said, in 3 years. Hare in the offense, taking the snap. Two backs flank him on first down. Hare will roll out to the left. He's looking, he's being pressured. It throws across his body, incomplete. Oh,
Good
Panther player,
pressure.
good pressure up there, but he lost his helmet.
Yeah, Latrell Scott will have to come out this play. That's the bad news.
Yeah,
Good news is he applied enough pressure to make Hare throw it away.
Yeah, he was spying him, so whoever takes his place is going to have to spy Dylan Hare.
Looks like Nick Pulley's coming in at that middle linebacker spot. Davenport plays 4-2-5, typically. 5 defensive backs, 2 linebackers, 4 defensive linemen.
2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
One-on-one coverage, though, it looks like at the top. Both tight ends in motion to the left.
Hare wants to run off the right side. Turns the corner to the 21, then he run out of bounds near the 20-yard line. Hare got about 5. He needed 10. 3rd down and 5 for the Bulldogs at the 20.
It's good patience there by Hare. He waited behind his right tackle to.
Jamar Mills in on the tackle for Davenport along with Dayon Johnson.
Yeah, to get to that outside, and then a good job by Davenport to limit him to just those 5 yards. But his legs have been their #1 weapon here in the second half, but he also can throw the football, so you got to do something here on defense to hold him to a field goal opportunity.
We got Jamar back in there after they set out the one play. 3rd and 5. Hare rolling left. Looking. He pumps fake. Now he throws it across his body, and it is.
Oh.
What a catch. Are you kidding me?
That was incredible. He should have been dead to rights in the backfield and just slings it out to the 10, and it's caught. Wow.
Sprinting sideways was the receiver, Adam Hall, I think. Amazing catch, and it's 1st and 10 at the 10.
We did everything right on that play. It's just an extraordinary effort there by Dylan Hare. I thought for sure he was going to get sacked, and if that would have happened, they would have had a very long field goal attempt. But they made a play.
They shift 2 over from the right to the left tight end side. Looks like a run to that side. They will give it to the left side, to the 10, to the 5, to the 3, to the 1. All the way down to the 1-yard line on the carry. Denham Cook on the carry. Now just a yard out from getting a touchdown.
Yeah, Truman will substitute their jumbo package. Extra offensive lineman runs onto the field. That's Ryan Ross, the redshirt freshman, 305. Also coming on a second tight end, Noah Copeland, 6'4", 240. So I would imagine this is straight ahead.
If the Panthers can pop the ball out, that's their best hope here now. Quickly up to the line of scrimmage. They'll give it off to the back. Now he's going to keep it, throw it up the flat. It is caught for the touchdown. They faked it to the back. Everybody went with the back, and I understand it, but wide open, catching it into the end zone for the touchdown is 81, Parker Erickson, and now they'll go for the PAT to make it a 7-point lead.
Yeah, good play call there by Truman. Like you said, everyone was thinking run. You leak out the tight end, and he's wide open. So let's see if we can get a mitt on this and block a PAT. Looks like Perez once again will attempt the PAT.
Diego Perez. Snapper is Lemaster. Good snap, good spot. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 28-21, Truman State leads. Davenport will get the football here at the 25. So Truman State does its job. Panthers will get it at the 25-yard line, needing to score a touchdown. Well, let me throw that out there. If they do get the touchdown, do you think they'll go for 2 for the win? Or do you think they'll
I don't know.
Kick the PAT?
What would you do?
I might think about.
I'm not sure our kicking game is the
I know,
greatest right now.
Yeah.
PATs haven't been an issue this year, but
What?
I don't know. We haven't really been able to stop that.
I hope we have to make that decision.
I hope so too.
3 bunched out to the right on 1st and 10 for Davenport, down by 7 for the first time trailing in the game. Back to pass to Juan Mathis. In the pocket, waiting, throws it over the middle. Caught at the 20, breaking 1 tackle is Ernest Sanders to the 18.
Good catch there by Ernest. He took quite a hit, and he held onto the ball, so 2nd and about 3.
Give him 7 on the play, 2nd down 3. Let's get the ball in the hands of Trey Harris now, and 2nd down and 3.
Good play call there on 1st and 10 to throw it. I think they were thinking run the same we were. We got Sims out to the left. You haven't heard from Keontae Nixon in a little while.
Give to Trey Harris, right side, breaks a tackle to 16, lunges forward close to the 15. He almost has it. I think he's about a foot short.
Yeah, it looks like the linesman's going to mark him about a half yard short of that 15-yard line. So, but again, two plays here to get half a yard.
If you can't get a half yard in 2 plays, you don't deserve it, I don't think.
I'd almost see like some sort of play action here, Rick. It's just like they did to us, leak out a tight end. We weren't ready for it. Let's see if they are too.
Might be a designed run here for Mathis. He's rolling to the left. He's looking. He throws a deep out pattern. It is caught for the first down inside the 10-yard line. Bumped out of bounds at about the 7. Is that Keontae?
I believe so.
Keontae Nixon with the catch.
Nixon with 6 catches now for 72 yards. That leads the team today.
First and goal, Davenport in overtime, trailing by 7, 28-21. Panthers knocking on the door. If they get in the end zone, we do not know if they're going to go for 2 to possibly win or lose it on the final play, or if they'll try to kick a PAT and extend the overtime sessions. First and goal for Davenport at the 6. Trey Harris in the backfield. Mathis gives to Trey up the middle to the 5, to the 1. Touchdown, Davenport! Trey Harris's 3rd touchdown of the game makes it 28-27. And what will the Panthers do now?
Untouched up the middle into the end zone.
I think they're going for 2, Ryan. They're not bringing the PAT team on. They're going to go for 2.
They call a timeout and do it if I were them, but yes.
This is going to come down to this. Here we go. Davenport's going to go for 2 and win or lose it here in overtime. Get it, the 2-point conversion to the end zone, you win, timeout Davenport. Their 1 timeout they call. I tell you what, I like the call regardless of how it turns out. Regardless of how it turns out, I like the call.
You're keeping the game in your hands, right? You're not allowing the other team to dictate to you. Play calling will be interesting. We just gashed them up the middle, but they're going to probably pack that out. I think you're going to have some sort of rollout pass run option. I will say this, the last time we've had a rushing touchdown, 1 guy 3 times in a game, never.
Never.
We have had Mike Ivey back in 16, ran for 4 in a game, but we've never had anyone run for 3. So big game here by Cephas. Let's see what he's up to now.
All right.
22 carries, 112 yards. Yeah, 3
here
touchdowns.
Here we go. Davenport going for 2 in overtime. If they get the 2-point conversion, they win the game. If they don't, Truman State wins. Davenport sends 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Trey Harris in the backfield. Dewan Mathis in the pocket, takes the snap. He's looking. He pump fakes. He throws it over the middle, and it's incomplete, and Truman State wins.
Good coverage in the secondary. Dewan really had nowhere to go with that football. He tried the back of the end zone and just underthrew his receiver, and tough way to lose.
Truman State celebrating in the center of the field, their first win of the year after 2 losses. Davenport suffers defeat for the first time in 2025.
Yeah, it's tough. I think you would like to see Dewan maybe roll out to the left there. He had so much time to throw, but nobody was open, and maybe tuck it up and see if he can bring a defender with him, but that's a hard road loss.
It is tough. With the penalties will come back, and the 100-yard interception return will haunt Davenport all the way back to Michigan on that long bus trip back.
Yeah, give Truman credit. They made some good second-half adjustments. You know, they trailed going into the break, and they found their own offensive rhythm a little bit here in the second half in OT. And, you know, after 2 straight losses for them, they were hungry for a win, and they played well, and so did we. We moved the ball extremely well today, but little plays. That play in overtime, he slings it across the middle. You know, 90% of the time, that's not going to be a completion, but he made the one play at the one moment to keep the drive alive that led to that touchdown in overtime. And conversely, we can't complete that same type of big play for ourselves. So, you know, those little moments are big.
All right, Davenport will play 1 week from today at Northern Michigan. We'll have the broadcast a little before 1 o'clock here on DUPanthers.com. Join us for that broadcast. I want to thank Ryan Thompson for his fine help today. Our spotter, Mark Erickson, always superb as usual. And we'll be back next week from Northern Michigan. If you want to catch stats, go to DUPanthers.com, check on the schedule, and get the final stats. That'll wrap it up here again. Rick Berkey saying thanks for joining us. Once again, the unhappy totals from Kirksville, Missouri in overtime. Truman State 28, Davenport 27. So long, everybody.